Hello. It's time. It's time. We got another tournament. Another Demons of Chaosing day. Can we get the win rate up? We will see. If I continue to grind with them, eventually we will get there. I do see Saint is playing Demons of Chaos. Very hype. Hopefully they don't bring down the win rate. We got him to a 45% win rate now. Yes, 45% win rate. So one shy of Grand Cathay and Skaven. If we play them more, maybe we'll be able to make it. Win rate maximizing indeed. So that's the plan. Our build, we're kind of working on what we like here. I think this one is the most optimal. This one feels the most optimal, I would say. There we go. Where we have a lot of Furies, we have a lot of Fiends, and I don't have to worry about taking Flesh Hounds. Then we got the Changebringers for air superiority. Zerivic for some sick plays. It's all great. Unfortunately, we still have not mastered it well enough to beat Charix's Petonia. Though I do feel like that's kind of a bad matchup. But overall, this feels alright. This feels okay. Oh dang, I almost forgot to check into the tournament. Whew, that was close. To my own tournament. But yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna be seeing if we can make this work. Maybe make some more slow builds work, like a blue and pink stack supported by mobility. All should go very well. I am actually quite interested to see how blue and pink stacks work with Slaaneshi Cavalry. That's like a more standard playstyle than this crazy mobility strat. And it's actually decently fast too. Blues and pinks both have 38 speed, which is faster than most human infantry. So fingers crossed. Unknown, what's up? Diomed. Swant, hello. Here we go. So far it feels like I can beat most people with Demons of Chaos. But I don't think I can beat like the tip of the top players. But like, yeah, like, if Navigator's playing Wood Elves, or if we're playing versus Petonia, it can be a little sus. Do we have Navigator today? We do. Ooh, look at that. Sweet vengeance for us, hopefully. He is playing Wood Elves again. Oh boy. But blues and pinks are actually not bad versus Wood Elves, right? In theory, they are not bad. Okay, round one start. Here we go. We got our first opponent. Yo. First time I ever messaged him. Perhaps a new player. Should be pretty chill. Let's see here. So here's the maps. Your first map ban. All right. You're also playing demons to keep me from inflating the win rate too much. If you get a 50% win rate, you're helping. That's all I need. Honestly, if I can encourage more people to play in tournaments, even if it is just losing with Demons of Chaos, I'm a happy man. In theory, though, if I can get 6 wins consistently, even if you lose 4 matches in a row, we can actually still get them to number 1, given enough games. You'll have a bye round. We also got to add some people in. We got some adminning to do. What faction is he playing? I'm Demons of Chaos. Oh. I'm Demons of Chaos. Let's play. He's Betonia. Jade Tomb. Okay, okay, this is good. I can actually try and redeem myself for losing versus Betonia. You know, maybe we're not like killing Charix. We're not at like Charix levels of winning yet. But I should be able to play against some newer players, right? How bad can Betonia be? Do I have any good anti-large here? Dude, Alberic? Alberic's such a menace. How do you kill the guy? How do you kill the guy? Okay, I don't need that. Let's see here. You know, I did want to experiment with the Angels of Decay to see if we can actually get air superiority going. That's something to look into. Let's see, what do we have? Okay, you know what? Yeah, I want to try... I'm gonna try this. There we go. Gotta find a way to kill Betonia. And then... let's see. How do we want to do this? Ooh, okay, okay, this actually kind of cooks. This build right here, this one may very well be it, actually. I'm gonna have to save a Betonia, an anti-Betonia build. If we do run into a bunch of mounted yeomen, do I need flesh hounds is the big question. I think flesh hounds are not a bad idea. They're not a great strat here. But sure, you know, I'm gonna save this specifically as Demons of Chaos versus Betonia. Okay, then we ready up. Gotta add this guy, and then we should be good. All right. Wednesday, Swiss SFT. This is Wednesday, right? Yeah. Cities Wednesday. Where is it? Swiss SFT, top 4, pick and ban, top 4. What? Oh, it's just Anticity Wednesday, Swiss SFT. That's why. Anticity Wednesday, Swiss SFT. There we go. Then we can add the player. I believe it's this guy. Mike. Uh-huh. What's his thing? What's his name on Total Tavern? Let's get rid of the army blocker. Oh, my opponent readied up. Come on, man. I got adminning to do. Whatever. I'll do the adminning later. It's fine. It's fine. All right, let's do it. Here we go. What we got? Ah, the Hippogriff Knight Air Squad. All right, so this is like fairly standard fare, right? I got my Pavane. I can spam Furies. If we can actually kill the Royal Hippogriff Knights, we're good. I need to be able to catch the Yeomen, though, which is a little bit of a harder task to do. But assuming we can get that done, I'm okay. Optimally, we can get a solid enough fight here. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I gotta countercharge them, right? So having more ground forces is probably the way. So I want them to land. Like, they can't land on these fiends. Not like this anyways. Because it's just gonna be a straight massacre, right? So we're gonna see if we can bait them forwards into landing. If we can get a Pavane here, that would be sick. Probably won't be able to, but we'll see. I gotta get them into the fight. There we go. So there's the Pavane. I'm gonna land with these guys. Come on, land it. And then we're gonna countercharge them real hard. There we go. And then that should be able to kill off a relatively expensive unit of cavalry. If he lands with these guys, we'll just also countercharge him. There they go. And a swift countercharging ensues. Now, because we have a mostly melee force and he brought a ton of skirmishers, this should go our way. We have a lot of guys in here, a lot of fiends. If Petunia still wins this, that would be crazy. That would be absurd, man. So he's gonna try and get a rear charge. One of the fiends is dead, but only a single fiend is not a huge loss. Just gotta make sure my lord doesn't die. Let's see if we can sneak him out of here. It's a little awkward. It's just a little awkward for him. Come on. Come on, you big guy. Come on, you big guy. Okay, we can chase them off. Seems like, yeah. He's gonna barely get out of there. Seems like he's barely gonna get out of there. I'll take it. Huzzah! He lives! The mad lad lives! That's all I really need. Alright, then we play keep away. And some escorting. Whew. Petonia's such a menace, aren't they? Yeah, so he's gonna be hunting down my lord. Unfortunately, he's like really slow for some odd reason. There's not a whole lot we can do about that. Are these guys gonna actually rally? Oh my god, I can't believe they rallied. My drones, they weren't chasing them properly. Oh, that's such a ripoff, bro. Can we escape from Louis? Come on, don't get a big hit, man. Ugh. Why are my units not attacking? Okay, yeah, Lord's dead. God dang, man. Dude, he's so slow. He's so slow. Alright, can we hunt down Louis at least? Okay, so the drones will probably be able to win that. Somehow these guys survived. Holy crap, man. That's crazy that they could just face tank it. Yeah, I think we're dead. I think we're absolutely dead. He just face tanked it. How do you win the fight with 3 units? Yeah, I'll have to figure out the Petonian matchup a little harder. That went really bad. The Angels of Decay did not cook. I was hoping we could just route them off and get them out of there. But yeah, it really didn't go well, did it? Okay, Furies can chase off the Yeoman at least. We're gonna pull away. My Plague Drone's not chasing these guys though is so dumb. I gave them multiple commands. Multiple commands, what the crap? Okay, so he's gonna desummon one of his units, that's good. He's gonna get another heal. Can we kill off the Royal Pegasus Knights? We'll see. Can anything kill anything? Okay, Fury's gonna dive in. We have our Seekers in there. Yeah, Lewin debuff is pretty rough. We get more Furies in, maybe? Okay, well, we got a little bit of killing on the Yeoman. Can I do anything versus the Pegasus Knights, though? So there's another Louis debuff. There's another massive Earthblood on him. Oh, boy. I'm gonna summon one Nurgling to capture this point. Assuming this trade here goes well enough, we're good. I don't know if my opponent's even been spending his money. He's de-summoning his caster. He bought 2 casters. Yeah, if my opponent keeps goofballing it, he bought a caster for just more Winds of Magic. That's a silly play. You should not be doing that. Despite that, he's still actually doing very well here. And yeah, there's no killing them. All right, GG, well played. GG, well played. Okay, yeah, I gotta figure out this matchup. That's a terrible matchup. That's a terrible, terrible matchup. All right, so, MV76 is the person I gotta add. Jeez, though, why is that so bad? Why is that matchup so bad, man? I think if I completely forsake the air game and go full ground game, maybe. Let's see here. How'd the Fiends do? Fiends did not cook. Furies were okay. I think if I spam Furies, we would have a better chance. I thought the Plague Drones would be hype, but they were not. Just don't bring the Demon Prince. Just don't bring a Lord. Just don't bring a Lord. I could go for the cheapo Lord against Petunia. So we can take like this Herald of Slaanesh, who is fast enough to outmaneuver a bunch of guys. She doesn't have a speed booster though. That's a little rough. I think the Allure-S has a speed booster. Yeah, so they have Locus of Swiftness. So it's 25% speed buff. That's definitely fast enough to catch cavalry. So you can take the Allure-S of Shadows. You know what? This might actually be cooking. Go Lordless. What if we take this lady and then we go for like an Ultra Fighty Lord? What if we go for an Exalted Bloodthirster? Let's see here. Yeah, so like any Plague Bearer build, Trizic would die to Bretonnian archers. It's a bad idea. I think we have to like bring an army that can actually outplay them. Otherwise, I think it's just straight suffering. Like maybe against a player that doesn't know what they're doing. We would win. But like I think we can make do with a little bit of other stuff. Okay, so we have some options, right? Either we go Herald of Khorne, who does have Tormentor Sword, right? That is true. You can take him on a Blood Throne for healing. So then you have Tormentor Sword. And then you have some crazy buffs, right? So you can get some really crazy buffs. Look at this. Jesus, stats suck though. 20 melee defense? Holy moly. Okay. What is he at? He can take Locus of Wrath. He can take Revel in Slaughter. Put him on a Juggernaut for 40 melee defense, but no healing. I could just go no healing. It's not the end of the world. He'll be on a Juggernaut. This one is he'll be a better buff tool. Juggernaut's 70 speed. This is 68. If I can just take a reasonably fighty Lord, we're actually not too bad. I think a Khorne Lord is fine, because then you don't have to pay the spellcaster tax. Nurgle Hero with heal doesn't do that much, really, for me. Because healing is only good when you can win fights. Right? Healing doesn't actually... You know, if you're down trading and you heal, you're still going to down trade after healing. You need like a little bit more oomph. Although it's not the worst, but I think we gotta do better. I think Herald of Corn. He can't land with Alberic, right? Tormentor Sword's too threatening. Just having the net is pretty nice too. And then how stacked do we want him to be? He's already rather expensive. Revel and Slaughter just seems good. Locust of Wrath is also pretty nice if we do end up in a big blob fight. And if I just escort him with Fiends, he's probably gonna live. Could also take Foe Seeker on him to keep him out of harm's way. This thing sucks, by the way, Banner of Hellfire. But okay, yeah, so then we have our caster here. And she's really cool. So not only can she support the Herald of Corn, 2v1 on Alberic is probably too painful for him. She also has ways to catch mobility, which I think is huge. So you can run her with like Melkoths. You got Locust of Swiftness. Buna is okay, but he has healing, which out heals the Buna damage. So unfortunately that doesn't really cook. Shadow or Slaanesh caster. I think Shadow is better for the speed boost and Melkoths because the Yeoman escaping is really annoying. I think yeah, if they just run away with Yeoman, you kind of get screwed. Also Hippogriff Knights, it doesn't do a lot against Pegasus Knights. You can even use a Scroll of Shielding to save them, so that doesn't go too well. But I do like Locust of Swiftness, Smoke and Mirrors, and Olurus of Shadows could potentially make the build insanely fast. Speed alone isn't gonna win it for us, but it's a good start. I might even run Enfeebling Foe just to get my Furies to actually win fights in the air. They can't disengage. I'm too fast, right? So maybe that's what we do. Maybe we run Enfeebling Foe. It's only 17 seconds though, but I guess I can overcast it for a longer duration. We have two very strong spells for catching units. Then we have a bunch of mobility, right? Hellforge Bellows to bully archers. Gonna say I told you so if I win with the Olurus. If the Olurus is actually a hidden tech, I will say, me even thinking about the Olurus is because of you, so... You know, I'm down. I think you have full rights. You have full bragging rights if the Olurus actually works here. This costs 3,000 gold though, right? But it makes for a pretty strong single entity squad. You have Tormentor Sword. You have some pretty good magic. This could be good. I worry for him just dying though. I think he's just gonna die. Blue Scribes, obviously. We'll see. The Olurus Locust of Swiftness, that's a lot of speed. That's 25%. You can get 35% more speed. 130 speed is absurd on your mobility. I don't know. Maybe it's great. That's actually like double the speed of some cavalry. So maybe. Maybe. Is there anything else I can use to support this build? She's also really squishy, but like, maybe we just pull off a strong enough rush, it's okay. It's a Herald of Corn married to the Olurus. In the sense that, yes, they're gonna have to stick together forever. If they split up, they die. Okay, so if I'm facing Bitonia, what else do I want here? I need some way. I just have to countercharge that cavalry, or we gonna die. Furies feel only okay. Can I do better? What if I take a Burning Chariot of Tzeentch? Burning Chariot of Tzeentch is 85 speed, so it's not fast enough to get away from Alberic. Speed, unfortunately, is the name of the game. I can't just take a vanilla Blood Shrine. Or even better, I can take a Blood Reaper on a Blood Throne, right? So he will cost 250 more gold, but he has slightly higher stats. Is that it? So what does this guy bring to the table, man? Okay, he can take the Bloody Shackle. He doesn't actually bring that much to the table. I kind of like the idea of taking a Blood Shrine so that I can actually win fights. Is it worth? I don't. This might not be worth, but it's better than Flesh Hounds, man. Flesh Hounds suck. Yes, Hellblade, definitely not worth. But yeah, Flesh Hounds are just so garbage that I really can't see myself using them. Kite Alberic over the Herald and Tormentor sword him, then unleash the Burning Chariot. Let's see here. It doesn't do enough damage, right? I guess I can land the thing, but it's not gonna kill him. Burning Chariot would only do well versus the bigger cavalry, and even they are a little bit too fast. Another thing is, like, I don't know, maybe I can just spam spells, but Lewin, Alberic, they're all terrifying. The answer is always Toad Tide. Also, yes, Noble Naldor, you did join to watch Purgatory. I think we can probably cook something up that will do okay versus Petunia. But I'm really gonna have to learn the matchup. Let's see. What else do I want? So Plague Drones won't really cook too hard either. Screamers are... Look at the stats. Are you really telling me this? Look at those stats. You know what else has stats that are so low? Yeah. Imagine 24 flying goblins. Alright, that's what screamers are. Okay, you don't tell me that 25 or 24 flying goblins is actually gonna do anything, right? Nobody's like, wow, gobos! I love goblins! Okay, the weapon strength is much higher, I know, but like the melee attack and melee defense is garbage. So garbage. They don't even have the charge bonus. I guess with the bonus versus large, it'll be slightly better. Yeah, not screamers. Also, no HP. Do they have anything going for them? I love goblins, yes. Let's see here. Well, melee attack bonus. Yeah, they have the anti-large. Even then, it doesn't get that high. Their stats are so low. They're telling me against, I guess, like what, 51 melee attack? It's okay. They do have a lot of bonus versus large. Regardless, I'm pretty sure they get dumpstered. If Angels of Decay get dumpstered, Screamers absolutely get dumpstered. Unless it's a quantity thing. Maybe we just have so many Screamers in the air. But I'm pretty sure Furies are better. They don't suffer from being large, so they don't get hard countered by the cavalry. If you compare Furies to Screamers, right? What are we looking at? The Screamers versus Slaanesh Furies. Furies are faster, so they can actually play keep away. They have the same amount of HP. These ones have plus 10 melee attack, but no bonus versus large. They both have armor piercing, but this one's 50 gold cheaper. Less leadership. If we're guaranteed to fight large, you could maybe make an argument for the Screamers. I think they take too much damage though. Anyways, so what? I think Hellforge Bellows is fine. Bloodshrine is fine. We got our Fiends, which I love. But I need the deeps, bro. I need the deeps. Okay, what if we take the ROR Screamer? Just as my last flyer. Okay, here we go. This is my Demons of Chaos versus Betonia. I will try out this shenaniganry though. I think this is potentially very fun. Going ultimate speed boost Demons of Chaos. I gotta add this guy to the tournament signups. 1 second. So that's MV, Anticity, Wednesday, Swiss SFT. And we gotta make sure that they're checked in. Okay. Screamers are okay if and only if they fight large that are not that don't counter them. Beautiful. Maybe with the support of the Furies, they can actually play keep away though, and get the charge off. I'm willing to give it a go. The biggest thing that has me interested though is like, can I catch some of the flyers with like a sick Malkoth's Locus of Swiftness, Smoke and Mirrors, Fury Dive? Because if it's possible to actually catch one of these flying units in a really bad fight for them, maybe we do okay. Yo, Karavthir, Demons of Chaos versus Betonia sucks. It sucks so hard. But the Demons of Chaos roster has so much to cook with. It's gonna be a while before I run out of ideas. Who knows? Maybe Exalted Secret Chariot spam is the way. Maybe it is just the slow build. You just mass Exalted Plague Bearers or something. Think you want to outrange Betonia and make them fight outside their peasant lines? I do have the one Hellforge Bellows, but that's about it. Outranging them is hard, but it's not impossible to get like a random flamethrower to just poke away at them. Force them to charge me. Oh dang, we got Charix. I noticed you didn't sign up today, Charix. Yeah, no Charix, just Daniken. Slaanesh Furies can't land hits if chasing ground infantry are routing. Yeah, it's okay though. As long as they escort them off the map. Yeah, we need Charix to play Demons of Chaos. Yo, if everyone plays Betonia, I will eventually learn how to play the matchup. That's kind of how it goes. At Goblins, round 2. Up against Pizu. All right. Alrighty. Yo, yo. Okay. We gotta win the next 3 games to redeem ourselves. Totally doable, though. Absolutely doable. It just win, you know? It's chill. You're first. I'm Demons of Chaos. He's playing Slaanesh. Dang, people whipping out the big guns today. You won't learn to win a bad matchup. I will. Give me enough time, man. You want to go, Charix? How much you want to bet? I think if we play 5 matchups, Betonia versus Demons of Chaos, I think I'll figure it out. I challenge you. You wanna go? Come at me. Come at me, bro. If you can win against me 5 times in a row and I can't figure it out by then, all right? You may be correct, but I think it's close enough. I'm betting 50 push-ups. Deal. Deal. Meet me in the parking lot. He bans Itza. Okay, so what are we playing on? Dunes of Cain, maybe? Crystal Lake. Let's play Crystal. Let's play Crystal Lake. I don't want him to... I have fewer Vanguard options, so I think this is better for me. Okay, actually, though, I'm down. I want to... I genuinely want to play the matchup a few more times. All right, so Slaanesh. I think if we do this... That's pretty good. Slaanesh is mildly spooky, but they ain't too bad. I don't think we have to be sweating over Slaanesh that much. One week later, playing demons until the top 24. I did get them higher than Tomb Kings, which I don't think many people would say Demons of Chaos are better than Tomb Kings. So that's something. Let's see here. Slaanesh is really bad versus all of the stuff that I brought here. Let's see here. They do have Pavane and the likes. But you know what? This is pretty fine. I think this is a fine build. Slaanesh, what do they have? They can go heavy armor Slaanesh. I personally don't think it's that strong though. The biggest thing is like I don't have Hellstriders, so potentially my opponent could get some pretty huge trades there. That's about it though. All right, let's just see if we can out micro my opponent. We believe in you, and I bet all my money on Slaanesh. You need to win this matchup versus someone from top 16. What's it? We're saying Demons of Chaos versus Betonia. Yo, Charix, if you have time, I would be willing to try and get a win against you. You know, this could be next week because this challenge is going to take longer than a week. Whenever you're free. All right, 5 games Betonia versus Slaanesh. I need this. If you don't have time, it's okay, but I think it can be done. Whether by teasing out misplays or finally getting a build that cooks. You ever expect Seekers or Azazel? Seekers, yes. Azazel, less so. Azazel's just kind of less effective than normal Slaaneshi Lord. Alright, here we go. So this should be good. I have the Speed Demon build. Okay, so look at this. Locus of Swiftness, Malkoth's Enfeebling Foe. I should be able to win any mobility fight, okay? I got Blues, which are really good versus Slaanesh. I got Furies of Khorne and Tzeentch, which are better than the Slaaneshi Furies. Will be good. I believe we will play on Friday tourney when you'll be trying still to win. Something with Demons of Chaos. I'll play bet for you. All right, deal. And okay, we're just seeing a bunch of Skirms and Nukari. Okay. So this is where I could potentially catch my opponent off guard if he is not ready, right? I can just super speed demon him. Just omega speed demon this guy. So I have my full army here against his partial army. In theory, we can catch him. There are also a bunch of skirmishers, which are not particularly good here. I just need him to get a little bit closer, preferably away from everything else. All right, here we go. Locust of Swiftness. Melkoths. Get slowed, son. Speed Demon. This is the fastest army you've ever seen. Holy crap, it's fast. It's like almost unwieldy fast. Holy crap, that's a fast army. All right, sick. And then we get this guy in. We enfeebling foe his cavalry. Then we give our guys insane melee attack boosts. And then we just go for the fight. Bro, that's hilarious. That's freaking hilarious. Holy crap, they're all dead. Okay, that's actually kind of insane, I'm not gonna lie. The speed aim that you can get is absurd. Okay, you might be right, Trizic. You might be totally right. Holy crap, that's terrifying. We actually just caught Slaanesh. We caught Slaanesh with their pants down. All right, nice. So there's a Tormentor sword. There is no escape. Then we head on over here. We gotta pull back. We gotta get ready for another speed demon assault. That's good though. We killed off the horsemen, which were one of the bigger issues in this battle. I just gotta make sure that... Is that a Pavane? It is! It's okay. He'll live. Pavane ain't no problem. I might even kill N'Kari here. He has no mobility to speak of really to support. N'Kari is extremely debuffed. Yeah, he just has to disengage. You'll love to see it. My lord's just going for it. Very nice. Still have a bit of a tussle. That's a good speed boost though. It also increases charge bonus. So that'll really get all my units in there. N'Kari does indeed have to disengage, but there are spears here. So we must be a little wary. How's this guy doing? He almost has another Locust of Wrath, and that's going to do 1,000,000 damage, right? It's 40 melee attack. That's a greenskin spell essentially for free. So we get a pretty nice charge. Nice. His fiends are dying. I have a huge value lead. Oh my god. These guys are crumbling. Dude, my guys have absurd melee attack. 67 melee attack on my fiends. 67 melee attack. That's crazy. What in the world is that? Why are they so chonky? All right, more Furies. Here we go. And then I just alpha strike his poor guys here. We leave a couple fiends in reserve to catch them. Then we're going to debuff N'Kari. Counter charge those Furies. There you go. Just get them all murdered. They will be completely out of the picture now. And then I just have to win versus N'Kari, who has 19 melee attack. I don't think that'll be a big issue. It's a bloody massacre over there. Now, N'Kari heals a lot from the fighting. My opponent does have 2 capture points too, but I think we'll still be okay. When's my next speed boost? It's coming. It's on its way. He shouldn't be able to take this fight because my Furies are here. So yeah, you can see the timidness of my opponent, right? He knows that it really only takes 1 Fury charge and then he's screwed. Like so. Huge Fury charge. Tanks a lot of deeps. Big rout on his forces. His fiends again massacred. Slaanesh weak faction confirmed. I didn't even need to summon the blues. Alright, let's back up. Dude, this guy's sick. Look at that. Melee boost. Holy crap. Yo, the single entity goon squad. Holy crap. N'Kari's dead. Nakari's a joke. Oh, that's the most disgusting build I've ever used. Yo, all right, Trizic, you know what's up. Yeah, Trizic was right. Absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth. Holy crap. The secret forbidden tech? Holy crap. Dude, Nakari got dumpstered, man. Got absolutely dumpstered. You just have a super high melee attack death blob that can take whatever fight they want. That's disgusting. Holy, that's disgusting. That's actually really hype. Hey, Serwin TV, thank you so much for the prime sub. And to see the man who brought blob meta to domination. This is actually a disgusting blob build. Holy crap, that's actually insane. The speed amp is ludicrous. Let's see here. That was Chaos Demons versus Slaanesh of all factions. We just beat the second highest tier faction in the game. It's so fast though, I'm actually having a hard time getting my attack commands in. Dude, the mad scientist build. Yo, okay, usually viewer suggested builds are garbage. I'm not gonna lie, most of them are garbage. This one was sick. You have the enfeebling foe to make him weaker. You have 1,000,000 damage dudes. You got the plus 35% speed. You have plus 48 melee attack. What's not to love? So you can get minus 24 melee attack on them, plus 48 melee attack, and then another minus 24. It's temporary, it's short, but the build does a lot of damage. Are we actually gonna get a Locus of Swiftness meta now? Now I'm wondering. If we actually get a Locus of Swiftness meta, I would be so impressed. What's the build? It's the Speed Demon build. So you take a Herald of Corn for mega buffs, a net, and then you amp up everyone's speed by 36%, and then you just alpha strike them. The Furies have, like, for only one spell cast and an ability, your Furies will have 150 speed. So they can catch skirmish cavalry like no one's business. Please send that one to Turin. Oh yeah, I should. That one's a hilarious build. Let's see, where is it at? Replays. Yeah, 469. Oh man. Let's see, where is it at? Replays. Oh man. Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, I sent it to Turin. It's absurd though. It's absurd. This build looks so dumb. It looks so dumb. It killed a normal Slaanesh build. Oh my god. So speed will get hard locked by animations, but the Furies were definitely moving at an impressive speed. Oh crap, I gotta remake the build. There we go. Saving this one under A, B. Okay, so let's see. We got to do some proper testing now. There's actually so much potential with this. So let's see here. Let's just get a quick speed comparison. I've always underestimated Furies. Yo, Furies are great. They suck in campaign because the leadership means that they just crumble. But in multiplayer, where you're usually trading instead of playing for efficiency, it's a good time. Okay, so this is the speed difference of these two guys. Oh wait, do I have a Melkoth? Okay, here we go. So this is the speed difference. See? Whoopsie daisies. Eh. Are they not moving faster? Could have sworn the Furies are moving faster. Dude, that's like nothing. Wait, okay, no. They were totally moving faster though. Why does it feel so slow here? Cause my opponent couldn't disengage. Okay, wait, let me try that again. Maybe it was because it was a charge animation. I know charge animations are pretty high, and that might have been what did it. I think it's charge animation speed that's doing it, because the ground speed ain't cutting it. Yeah, it's the charge speed. So if we do this, right, and then we do that, it's not that much of a speed boost. It is significant, right? They will gain on them ever so slightly. But what's really nice is that charge speed. Yeah, look at that speed versus this one, right? So they will get in there super fast. But that means that stacking the speed doesn't really do that much. So I should save it like separately, right? Like I should use the speed buff on the LRS and then a separate buff later. Nice challenge. More multiplayer challenges, please. This one will take a while though. All speed buffs are placebo effect. I need a test versus a unit that's like running away. Okay, let's see. What if I do normal and give them mounted yeoman archers? Yeah, we'll give them 2 mounted yeoman archers and then see what it looks like. Shadow's passive first, then the ability. So the ability will give higher charge bonus. I think having a higher charge bonus alone is already not bad. 40%. 40% is pretty good. Although these guys actually don't have that much charge bonus, but let's see. So if we do this, and we're trying to catch them. Will the AI properly use their skirmish mode? Okay, there we go. So they're running, right? If I give these guys a speed boost. These guys still catch. It is faster. Like, it's certainly faster. These guys just stop moving, though. I don't know why they stopped moving. I don't know. In practice, it feels like it's doing great, though. Let's see with Furies. Let me see with Furies real quick. Yeah, I can cast another spell to disengage, maybe. At the very least, the Herald of Khorne giving melee attack boost is really nice. I think the melee attack on the Fiends really elevates them. Okay, so what if we tried with Furies then? Okay, so we send the Furies in. We have the LRS, right? And then she's like, aha, speed boosted Furies. They're definitely faster. They're not exactly... Well, maybe it's 25% faster. Maybe when you also stack it with the Melkoth, it's nice. The AI has a tendency to give up running away when you're fast enough, I guess. This is what, 138 speed? Yeah, you can get up to 150 speed, which is hilarious, but they're definitely not moving double speed. Yeah, I should try, okay, I should actually just see how this applies. So let's say we have Furies. And we have Pegasus Knights. The thing is, even a slight move speed increase can still win you the game if done well. Royal Pegasus Knights. The Menace. Okay, so let's say we have Royal Pegasus Knights. We have a bunch of Furies. Can we get them to kill the Royal Pegasus Knights? Because this is significantly cheaper, right? So they should be able to catch. All right, let's see this. I've tried a hero stack with an elite unit and some cavalry. Usually as Demons of Chaos, I don't take a lot of heroes, but I think I might run this double hero squad. All right, let's see this. We'll make their collision on charge stronger versus infantry. Interesting. Okay, let's try this. So we're charging in, right? And the idea is simple. We want to kill these Pegasus Knights. So with just the charge bonus, what are we looking at? Holy charge. Okay. If I just sick 2 Furies on Pegasus Knights. In general, okay, yeah, they massacred my Furies faster on the other side somehow. And they'll have healing. Okay, 1 second. Let me see with Enfeebling Foe. Are blue scribes viable? Absolutely not. Or it depends on what you mean by viable, actually. Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Sensuous diversions.
Okay, let's try this again. So we're charging in, right? We get the charge. Gonna give them the speed amp. We're gonna do that. Okay, now what are we looking at? So now they have significantly less stats. Only 12 melee defense. Bro, that did nothing. Do these spells do anything? What does Enfeebling Foe even do? Okay, maybe Enfeebling Foe just sucks. Maybe I should swap that out for something else. Dude, Enfeebling Foe did nothing. It did literally nothing. All right, let's see.
This will be exquisite.
Okay, so... Okay, what if I just cast Melkots on them? What if I just cast Melkots? So there's a Melkots and an Enfeebling Foe. Best of both worlds? It made a 34 HP difference. Why is Melkots also doing nothing? Are these guys just insane? How's Melkots doing? For some reason, my Fury's on the left side. When they have the Locus of Swiftness, they do worse. I think Locus of Swiftness is actually making them do worse. Why is it doing worse? What is this? Okay, what if I just cast the 2 spells? If I just cast this and then this. Yeah, bro, Locus of Swiftness is making them do worse somehow. I don't even know how. CA Dark Magic. I think it's because it's stacking the Furies more, which is helping their charge bonus. Because they're a large unit charging into a smaller unit, right? It's like if you gave your goblins better charge. So the idea here is we just have to not get charged. Now, where I think we could do a lot of work here is something like this. So it's not all over yet. So here's the thing, right? I have Locust of Wrath and Tormentor Sword. Okay, so let's do this. So Locust of Wrath lasts for 25 seconds, right? Ah, AI, what are you doing, man? So I can get my Furies to 76 attack. In this case, they didn't get the charge on me either, I guess. So I guess with the Locust of Wrath, it's... I think like Locust of Wrath can really swing it. Okay, wait, I gotta use the Authenticity account at some point. Okay, so let's just see. Vanilla, no heroes, right? Vanilla, no heroes. The AI gets a botch charge. Technically, 4 Furies will beat 2 Royal Pegasus Knights. It's slow though, right? It takes a long time. In fact, I don't even know if they win. It's kind of janky. Yeah, I think the Pegasus Knights win. They can also really easily disengage. But if we combine that, the Withering doesn't do anything. It just reduces their armor, which doesn't really matter for my Furies. Slaanesh Fury's got that AP already. Got Warhammer up if I want to test. Maybe a bit later. Okay, so let's say we're like this, right? Okay, so what if I group up the Furies? Okay, so we do this. So let's take a look at the deeps. Not a lot of flanking attacks, only a few of them. This Tormentor Sword, right, to keep them in the fight. Like, Tormentor Sword is pretty hype. And then, you know, there's like Enfeebling Foe action. There's like Melkoths, right? So like this maneuver kind of shows like what would happen if they tried to disengage. Right? We'd probably be able to catch them. So there's no disengaging from Furies with the Allure S here. And that kind of ensures that we can actually take it. Weirdly enough, the biggest thing is the Locust of Wrath though. Locust of Wrath actually really helps the Furies. I think we gotta Locust of Wrath it. In battle, you'd be getting shot by yeomen or peasant archers. In theory, I would have the fiends to support. So per gold spent, right? So how much can the Bretonnian build get? So they have Alberic on Royal Pegasus. They have this stuff. All right, let's say they go cheapo Alberic, and then they go for like, you know, they get a bunch of yeomen, and they can have 3 Royal Pegasus Knights. God, that's disgusting. A lot of builds will just run Spearmen though, because it's too risky with Pavane running around. So let's say you have like, you know, you have a bunch of Spearmen, and then you have your yeomen. And then you have like a Grail Relic. Right? Like, let's say you have a more normal build. In this case, you have your Fiends. They would chase these guys off. They would be getting speed boosted, so they can catch a Yeoman. It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. I don't have all my Furies, though. I do have my heroes, which means we won't die to Alberic immediately. Alberic doesn't help that much in the fight. Mind Razor on top. Okay. I should double check, right? I should double check. Okay, so what are some other spells we can run? I think Occam's Mind Razor's really the only other one we can realistically take here. Okay, so let's say it's a Bretonnian build. They have a Royal Pegasus Knight. And I have 2 Furies, right? Can 2 Furies beat a Royal Pegasus Knight? It's close. It's close, but the only way it's close is if I can actually win with 2 Furies against a Pegasus Knight. Like, I need to be up trading somewhere, you know? Okay, so let's do this, right? So there's the buff. And then there's the Occam's Mind Razor. Oh, it's a 5-second cast time? What in the garbage is that? And the AI is not cooperating. Mind Razor gets them to 48 damage. What's the overcast for this? Yeah, so I can make it have an AoE effect area, I guess. Occam's Mind Razor might not be the worst when we, like, Fiend Blob it. Okay, so if they don't attack the right target, yeah, okay, sure, we can win, but let's just see if an overcast Mind Razor can help the Furies win. It's 50% more damage. How fast can you make a Beast of Nurgle? Not that fast. Okay, so let's try this then. Right, so Overcast Occam's is 14 Winds of Magic. But it can affect basically every unit in the army. So we'd have to cast it nice and early. There's the buff. There's the other buff. Okay, what are we looking at? So they got a pretty nice charge, but for 14 Winds of Magic, we can buff the fiends on the ground and probably, yeah, it looks like they do win it. They need a lot of buffs, but in theory there's no disengaging either, right? Okay, yeah, so what if we do run Occam's Mind Razor? Mind Razor is expensive, it's true. Jeez. Compared to Enfeebling Foe, I think Mind Razor costs a little bit more money, right? So I might even need to cut Melkoth's or like... Yeah, right, like the price difference is kind of hurting me here. Maybe Mind Razor's clutch. Lady costs 1,500 though, but compared to Enfeebling Foe, I think it's just better. Unless I cut Melkoth's too, which is like probably the stupidest thing, right? To also cut Melkoth's and to only run Occam's Mind Razor. What if they cast Flesh to Stone? Everything does magic damage, so Flesh to Stone doesn't work. Otherwise, yes, it would be very bad for me, but like... Yeah, I can center the build around Occam's Mind Razor Overcast. It lasts 32 seconds, which is enough for the fight to actually go down. And then we just have a Mega Death Blob, right? We have a Mega Death Blob of 70 melee attack Furies, dealing 46 damage on top of Fiends of Slaanesh. And I can take whichever fight I want. I can't get the speed boost as much from Smoke and Mirrors, but I do still have Locus of Swiftness for an alternative speed amp. And then, of course, we have the Tormentor Sword to keep them in the fight so that we can actually kill them. Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna give it a hard maybe. Give it the hardest maybe ever. But if we hit that DPS threshold, if I can just win the fight in 32 seconds, it's fine, right? The Demon Wall. Yeah. It's just you just get yourself in there. What if you use a Flying Lord to try and break theirs and then countercharge with Furies? So Alberic outduels any singular Flying Lord. I'd have to take 2, and at that point, we're losing because Alberic can outspeed them. And I'd be spending 6,000 gold on something that can't catch Alberic, right? I think the only flyers we have... Yeah, like nothing can catch Alberic. He's too fast. And even the only thing that could maybe duel in the air against Alberic is an Exalted Bloodthirster. He does have a speed buff of his own, right? So you can get him, wait. Oh, this is so dumb. Wait just a second. You go Bloodthirster Allures against Flying Alberic on a Royal Pegasus. Can he get enough speed to actually catch the fool? I gotta see this. Weapon against Pontim's Claw. Okay. Okay, so take a look at this. Obviously he can land, but I gotta know. So he's charging, right? Boom. 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 He's a Bloodthirster with 152 speed. He doesn't actually fly at 152 speed, but a Bloodthirster is the only thing that could potentially outduel Alberic. The thing is, though, he can pull back, heal, and then re-engage, so like it's not actually a strat. But I guess technically you can get there. Red Olgor. So Red Olgor has a two-handed weapon, which means that he will actually miss Alberic because his attack animation is too far in front of him. And Alberic is so small that as long as he's hugging the guy, he will actually never get hit. It's done. I don't think CA is ever going to fix it either. I'm Demons of Chaos. Okay, here we go. He's Dark Elves. I'll ban Whirling Maelstrom, Norscan Rise, Rapturous Expanse. I'll ban Rise. Okay, we can be Dark Elves. Dark Elves is chill. Alright. Alright, can we beat Dark Elves? So it's either Whirling Maelstrom or Rapturous Expanse. He wants to play Rapturous Expanse. A Slaaneshi map. Ooh. So you have chosen that? Okay, so in theory, the build cooks hard, right? In theory, it does very well against Dark Elves. Because we just have so much damage, right? I just need 14 Winds of Magic, Overcast Occam's Mindrazor, and then just Death Blob him. That's the whole build. And just murder everything so fast. Do I summon in a Blood Shrine to get even more melee attack? I might even want my guy on a Blood Throne, but the price jank makes it a little hard to fit in. But you know, a Blood Throne is not the worst for him, although his stats get so much worse. Let's see here. Okay, I have a backup in case we see some types of builds. All right, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just do it. Can we beat him? It'd be so dumb if this build becomes meta. It'd be so dumb if this build becomes meta. But it might. It might. At least in the short term. I know my Kislev double Phosphorus build, when I started using it, people were in a panic trying to figure out counters. What about catching Alberic by Pavane and killing him? Alberic doesn't die very fast. I think on his smaller mount, he actually has pretty decent melee defense. It's a little rough. Okay, so similar idea to before. I need to be tightly knit so that I can get my booster. And then I just have to take one really good decisive engagement. Ready, good luck, have fun. This is the Ultra Death Blob build. I just need to wait for 14 winds of magic and then strike while the iron is hot. We have a lot of debuffs. The debuffs last a short amount of time, but as long as the fight is fast, we're good. 2 winds of magic, so by the 20-second mark, I should be able to wreck them. I got my Blood Shrine in reserve, but it'll probably be Seeker spam. Depends on what we see. Interesting build, only 9 units. Does he have Scourge Runners? He has a Kite build with a Charybdis, the Scourge Runner Chariot. Okay, so we're summoning in Seekers. In theory, he's absolutely dead. In practice, we will have to see. Speed Boost City absolutely needs to get underway. So yeah, he has double Chariot. Yeah, this is definitely a Speed Demon build. Speed Demon with lag build. Not the lag. Not the lag. Alright, here we go. So he shouldn't be able to react to this fast enough, right? So there's a speed boost. And we sick the Furies on them. We get one Fiend over there. We get one Fiend over there. Obviously the lag helps us out just a little bit. I don't have Malkoths, but that's okay. I'm just gonna send the Furies directly over there. And then if I cast this, we can get yet another speed boost. Just charge straight into those Dark Riders. And holy damage on the Scourge Runner Chariots. Okay, nice. That works out pretty well for us then. Okay. So there's a melee attack boost. That should help us out. And then we charge in over there. He just has a couple Dark Riders, realistically, right? Dude, the Charybdis is getting so cooked. 90 melee attack Allure-S is cooking a Charybdis. I see. So kite builds suck against this, right? Kite builds are absolute dog water against this. Holy crap, the Scourge Runners are dead. Ahem. Yeah, that melee attack boost. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it. It's kind of hilarious. Very nice. So we'll just chase them off. Everything's dead. Right as the melee attack boost wears off. That's exactly what we want to see. And then I just kill his lord. Okay, yeah, so Kite is an instant death. Kite is an instant death times a million. Holy damage. This is the fastest games I've ever played. Alright, I'll take it. Interesting. Very interesting. Dude, that's scary. That's actually kind of scary. Chaos Demons versus Dark Elves. Chaos Demons win. Interesting. Huh. Charybdis died instantly, by the way. The Charybdis just got deleted. 3k damage lead. Interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, there's no running from this build. The melee attack boost is what really does it. The Herald of Khorne really settles it. He gives so much melee attack. They mocked me, but who's the attack speed enjoyer now? Yo, man. Is this actually gonna be meta? The question is now, will this be strong enough to beat a Bretonnian build, though? Will it be strong enough to beat a Bretonnian build? I'm a little skeptical. We're gonna by the way, just for fun. So this doesn't actually count. But that game was laggy. And of course it was so fast that I have nothing else to do. So gonna rematch. He's gonna host. I think it's still absolutely impossible for him to win, but we'll see. We'll see. I just want to run this build more, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I just want to play this build more. It's a lot to micro, that's for sure. This Demons of Slaanesh faction looks very nice. It's Demons of Slaanesh with one very angry lord to make it even more killy. Anyways, it's a same build, so this is impossible, but we'll see. Apparently he had a debuff that he wanted to cast on me. Although, funnily enough, because we're already maxing out our speed, something like a Curse of Honor here or like a Melkoth's wouldn't actually affect us. Because we have so many speed buffs that it just puts us back at max. But we'll see. Alexian Fire, thank you very much for the deckhand sub. Welcome to the crew, good sir or madame. Okay, let's see how this goes. I'm pretty sure it's impossible, though, for him to outmaneuver this army. Alright, same situation as before. So he has a Curse of Honor here, but like it literally does not slow me down enough. Locus of Swiftness makes me way too fast. So I'm just gonna let him Curse of Honor here me. For the lulz. And then we're just gonna kill him. Just like we did last time. I have another Seeker here too, by the way. It'll be great. So we're just gonna get the Seeker. We're just gonna sick him on them. Then we're just gonna do this.
The aesthetics are lethal.
All right. So that's the Curse of Honor here. I'm gonna let you know right now that did literally nothing. Ah yes, the mighty 25% speed reduction. What will I ever do? I'm giving myself plus 35 speed. It does not make a lick of difference. Although he did kill one of my Furies. Very unfortunate. I dodged the spell. I dodged the spell with my guys. His chariots are omega dead once again. Very nice. And then I can once again kill his big boy Charybdis. I like how he casts the Curse of Honor here. He's like, slow down. Slow down. To no avail. His Lord's dead now, by the way. He is going to get absolutely pummeled by the debuffs. He does, you know, maybe deal a little bit of damage to one of my fiends, though, but... Yeah, all these guys have way too much melee attack now. This guy is a dead man. Absolutely. Positively. There goes the skirmish cavalry. I will say he did fare slightly better, right? He did fare ever so slightly better. Not enough, though. In fact, not lagging actually might have made it easier to dodge. That was a slick dodge. Alright, there we go. A couple Doomfire Warlocks, whatever. I'm gonna Occam's Mind Razor, the Seekers. I think it would be good if I can squeeze in an extra Melkots at some point. I think one Melkots could really help out. But, yeah, we'll figure that one out later. There's another speed boost. Then we can catch these guys. We summon some Furies. And then now we start going for the Charybdis. The big guns. Because his Lord's about to die. So its leadership is not going to hold up very well. And I'll have my abilities back. It should just get absolutely massacred here. Those poor chariots getting super murdered. We can bring the Olores in here. Can I get a kill on his Lord, though? We'll see. I kind of like the fact that my Lord's kind of a good duelist, too. That part feels pretty nice. Here he goes, going for the big fight. Tormentor Sword's going to activate, though. There is no escape. Olores doesn't have any more speed boost, though, unfortunately. But yeah, the Charybdis just sucks. As soon as we take a good fight against him, he will just die. Fury charge on his cavalry is good. I will say his Lord's holding up a lot longer than I thought he would. But look at this. So that's an overcast Melkoth. So now everybody does 50% more damage plus the melee attack booster. So we're looking at Fiends with 100 weapon strength and 64 melee attack. You just have to fight the jank, but yeah, nah, it's absolute devastation. Absolute devastation amongst his ranks. The yeah, there's no running away. And Curse of Honor here did literally nothing. You love to see it. 2 minutes 22 seconds. Yeah, no, that was a longer fight. A bit of a longer fight. He almost lasted twice as long. Oh man, nobody lasts long against Slaanesh. You can quote me on that one. Astro Connor, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Now do that versus Petonia. Yeah, the question is, can we actually beat Petonia with this build? That's what we have to face against. Start predicting counter builds. It's weird because I think a blob is actually worse because you can set up for your super buff, right? I'll definitely quote you on that one. Oh man, that's a wild quote. We finally fall into Slaanesh. That's nice though, that's nice. Does it work versus Petonia though? I think Locust of Wrath is good. I feel a big temptation to use Melkoths, but Overcast Occams will use my magic anyways. So maybe we'll just stick with that. And just Overcast Occams for each engagement. We're gonna box beat this. If they did hard box, I would just get a Hellforge Bellows, capture all the points, and just poke away at them. So they need a box that can actually shoo away the Hellforge Bellows. 6 Furies, is that a bug? No, actually. Demons of Chaos can field 6 Furies. They count as different Furies. See, flying units? Chaos Furies of Khorne are limited to 4. Chaos Furies of Slaanesh are also limited to 4. So you can actually take 6 Furies. which is good because Fleshhounds suck. Bloated corpses beat this. The dread bloat counter. But yeah, the funniest thing is that if anyone takes a kite build, it's an auto loss. In theory, you know, maybe maybe they have some way of holding out, but I'm especially interested in how Wood Elves do against this build with the kite, because they could potentially get a lot of work done, how much damage they deal, but we'll see. This is so expensive, by the way, but they actually cook super hard. 65 melee attack, 40 melee defense, 55 melee attack, 50 melee defense. And he has a 40 melee attack booster with Tormentor Sword. 100 speed, and they can Occam's Mind Razor. These guys actually cook really hard if they get into melee. I think they actually cook exceptionally hard. Like, they can kill any single entity in the game between the two of them. Final Transmutation's a little scary. I think Final Transmutation would be the sketchiest thing to go up against, right? Because I don't have a Blood Reaper here. If I was really worried about Final Transmutation, I guess I would run Locus of Abjuration. So what? But then, like, yeah, I'd have to cut a whole Fiend of Slaanesh, and the third Fiend is kind of important. This guy doesn't have Locus of Abjuration, he has Locus of Wrath, and I can't swap the Olores for Herald of Slaanesh because she only has Locus of Grace, which is not very killy. Does have Soul Siphon, though, which is pretty funny. So you can Soul Siphon, potentially. Her price is very similar, only slightly more expensive. So you can go for the Smoke and Mirrors, and then you'll have Portal Glyph, right? And then you go for a Blood Reaper. So if you're really worried about getting anti-blobbed, like people are hard countering the build, you could realistically go for Locus of Abjuration. You got a guy in a Blood Throne. Oh, but then, yeah, he doesn't have the... So this is way more tanky, but way less killy. I think you have to kill him. You can engage before Final Transmutation. Winds of Magic is there, though. So I'm only barely getting 14 Winds of Magic. So technically, if you take a fight fast enough, they wouldn't be able to Final Trans you. And you can split very quickly too, so maybe it's not the end of the world. This lady's gonna die though. She has 4,000 health. She does not like getting sniped. The only thing protecting these guys is how fast you're taking the engagement. Otherwise, some basic sniping strats are gonna murder them. To me, the hardest thing about Demons Chaos is deciding about the Lord plus Mage combination. I think this might be it. This might be it. Allures of Shadows. You can't be slowed, really. So, getting extra speed is more slow resist than actual speed boost. But slow resist is still nice. Especially in the later phase of the battle, if you get there. When your units are getting tired, you can bring them back up to the speed max with Locus of Swiftness. And the charge bonus is still good. You can also combine the charge bonus with Locus of Wrath. So, like, let's say we were playing against, like, Wood Elves, right? If they had a front line of Eternal Guard, I'm pretty sure you can just kill them immediately. Let's see. Let's actually give it a quick go. Because if you can just kill them and turn them into a non-issue, it'd be pretty nice, right? So, like, you do this, you do that, you do this, you charge them forwards,
Faster, quicker.
and of course you'll have your fiends in here helping out too, right?
Who can I play with?
Damage could be a little higher, right? It could be a little higher. Okay, yeah, they're still gonna kill them very fast. But this is not the immediacy that we need, so we probably need to stack in like a fiend charge or something. But oh yeah, geez, the fiend charge is insane. So there's some other stuff you can do, or you like rear charge them with the Furies and then charge in with the fiends. Soul Siphon. Soul Siphon would be very fun indeed. Okay, so let's wait for the 2 Winds of Magic, because we'll usually have that in an actual practical situation. We'd be blobbed up like this. Okay, so it would go something like this, right? So you have your Occam's Mind Razor. Then you do that, and then you go here, and the Fiends charge in. And you charge in with the Furies immediately after. Come on. Ugh, it's hard to click. There we go. And then you charge in with the Furies. Didn't even get the Locus of Swiftness. But, like, it gets there, right? You can route these guys off fast enough. And then with them all dead, then you just kill off the rest of their skirmishers. I'd have to do it a little bit cleaner in practice. Especially getting that Locus of Swiftness off. I think you need that charge bonus. Let me see. What's the best way to get the spears down? Swift charge in the rear or what? See here. It is nice that they're not able to do damage, but I gotta like break them immediately, right? Okay, so let's try this. So we Locus of Swiftness, right? We can Locus of Swiftness fairly early. We do that. We Occam's Mind Razor. We charge in there. And then we should be able to rear charge like so. One thing is I don't really have a lot of terror in this build, so there's a melee attack boost. Yeah, that's way better, right? So that's like near insta-route territory. Didn't even need terror for it. Terror would help this build out a lot, though. But, yeah, you can get them off pretty fast, especially if you have the Locus of Wrath. But, like, this is just going to come down to controlling the build well enough. I think terror is something I should consider, though. Trizik, I got your message. Yeah, so that's some crazy DPS, right? And so early in the battle, if you can just route off a few units for free, it can easily snowball into a win. But where can I find terror in this build? So what options do we have? See, I should give Fiends terror. I think, you know, they weren't strong enough. I'm joking. Before anyone starts sharpening their pitchforks. What's the cheapest form of terror? I could get a Lord of Change instead of a Fiend. Decently statted single entity. Has pink fire and blue fire, which is some solid shock damage. But he doesn't really catch stuff super well. I can take a Keeper of Secrets, Acquiescence, lots of melee attack. Nurgle ROR Cav does not exist on the Demons of Chaos. Rotting Riders are Warriors of Chaos. Let's see here. What do we need? What's the cheapest source of terror? Is it actually the bird? Alternative is I take a Bloodthirster instead of this guy. Does a Bloodthirster have a melee buff? He has a breath attack. He has a charge bonus. He has an explosion. Don't tell me Red Olgor has a melee buff. With each death nearby, that costs 150. Okay, so probably not Red Olgor. What a normal demon prince of Khorne. Also a no-go. The Red Olgor meta begins. Let's see here. Does Be'lakor... I know he's expensive, but does he have anything that can help here? Okay, he has Whispers of Darkness, which is a hilarious booster in terms of the raw leadership debuff. The problem with Be'lakor is he is the most expensive chonker you've ever seen. So he better do some murdering is what I'm saying here, right? But -6 leadership, remove ITP, and he causes terror, right? Like this is an insta route. So like Be'lakor here, right? So you'd have this. I don't even need the healing on him realistically. But like let's just say we're just deep diving, right? He can also be my spellcaster if I really want, thus making this lady cheaper. That she's literally only here for Locus of Swiftness. What if we cut her? Just go Be'lakor? No, but I don't have the melee attack boost from the Khorne guy. Yeah, I kind of want the Khorne guy for the melee, because that melee attack boost is what's actually winning me fights. 40 melee attack is absurd. The biggest problem I'm running into is that the Herald of Khorne, I need Revel in Slaughter and Locus of Wrath. This is the thing that's actually increasing my DPS significantly. It's effective more than double my DPS. So I just have to. Which means I need some other source of terror in this build. Beast of Nurgle doesn't cause terror. If the Soul Grinders were actually good, then I would, but unfortunately they kind of suck. This guy, yeah, okay, he has a bonus for Sword 35. He's 75 speed, so he can actually keep pace decently, but yeah, and this thing doesn't cause terror. Motorbike doesn't, it's just fear. Yeah, it's a huge swing in percent chance to hit. He's definitely at least doubling the chance to hit on my units, so it's a huge DPS increase. Buna won't actually do anything unless, like, if they're casting on Fury, so be it. Furies are cheap, and they won't have the magic to actually cast it right away. Barons of the Bog? No, they cause fear. Dude, how does the demon faction have a hard time fielding terror? What is this? All the terror causing units suck. Karnak causes fear. Oh my gosh. For some reason, a Manticore causes terror, but this Hellhound doesn't. How is a Manticore more fearsome? I don't know. A Keeper of Secrets is the closest. It's either a Keeper of Secrets or a Lord of Change. Lord of Change would break the bank the least, and he has Pink Fire and Blue Fire. Blue Fire doesn't do as much. Keeper of Secrets does have Lash and Acquiescence, which could do a lot. Corn Cav ROR also doesn't cause terror. It's fear. Literally nothing here causes terror. It's crazy. Yeah. I think a Keeper of Secrets is a hard maybe. So, like, you can run a Keeper, kind of. You might have to replace some Fiends, though, but... the thing is, the Fiends are so good. So anyway, I can jam in just a little bit more money. Terror is good, though. Like, Keeper of Secrets is chonky. Hell, I almost want to run the Marquis of Masochism. Marquis of Masochism has Enfeebling Foe, and they have Phantasmagoria. Phantasmagoria is actually hype. That is a leadership bomb ability. So if we run into a box, like, it should just crush it. We'll see. We'll see. It's a big, expensive thing, but maybe. Yo. We're up. Round 4, it begins. You're first. I'm Demons of Chaos. Alright, Ricochet. Face me. He's dwarves. He's dwarves. Okay. Interesting. So, dwarves is a different beast entirely, aren't they? It's gonna be a million slayers. A hellhound is only a red hound. A manticore is a flying lion thingy. Saber tusks are non-flying lion thingies. Is the flying what makes the difference? Okay, well, Demons of Chaos versus Dwarves should still be fairly good for us. I still want to have a source of terror somewhere. Marquis of Masochism. Marquis of Masochism's pretty chonky. I like that they have Phantasmagoria. I'm not going to run the verse Dwarves, but I could see it. He bans Imperial Ambush. Okay, let's play Cave. Skollandir's Cave it shall be. Dwarves are an interesting one to go up against. Let's see here. So I got a bunch of good tools. I need a little bit to kill Slayers, right? Full face rushing dwarves is risky, to say the least. Let's see here. Man, I wish I had a Manticore. If I could fit a Manticore into this build, it would be a million times better. I swear, Demons of Chaos are so held back by lack of terror. The Burning Chariot also doesn't cause terror. Nothing causes terror. It's only the greater demons then. So I think it would have to be the Marquis of Masochism. But that's such an expensive take. It's 2,100, man. It would make me way weaker versus Kite, way stronger versus other playstyles. That's roughly where I'd put it. It might be good to have a Marquis of Masochism somewhere. The thing is, I guess we're doing so much DPS anyways. It's probably good. Regardless, but... I know the motorbike has an extra buff and attack animations that make it hard to shoot. Yeah, I'd be trading more buffs, but less tankiness for himself. Motorbike has 12 melee defense, Juggernaut has 40. And multiple times now, people have tried to snipe my Lord. And I'm not about that. I want to get my Lord sniped. Okay, this should be... this build has more or less everything I need in it. Keeper of Secrets. So, the Herald is a must-have. I'd be willing to swap out my hero caster for a separate caster, but there's no caster in the Demons of Chaos Foster that gives terror. Man, a Keeper of Secrets would be so nice. I just gotta find a way to just get him in there, man. The Furies are good. The Furies are certainly good. I'm not about getting my Lord sniped, the irony. I don't like it even if it happens, okay? But yeah, the Herald of Khorne absolutely is the most important part of the build, because he launches my DPS into the stratosphere. So... yeah, I don't know. If I go for a Keeper of Secrets, what ends up happening is I can catch my opponent, but they win the blob fight. That's what we see against Bitonia and such. You should be playing Slaanesh instead. Well, I already know how to win a Slaanesh. Playing Slaanesh is easy, man. Alright, here we go. This is the Dwarven disassembly train. So it's nice and simple. Group up, get them here, capture this point, and then I should be fine. So I got some Demonettes in here, we got some Seekers, but it's mostly Furies to clear off Slayers. Slayers will die to Furies if I get a good enough charge on them. Just have to set up the rear charge, really. This thing lasts 26 seconds. It's more than enough time to make use of the charge bonus. We should be good. I assume he's going to deploy over here, but I want to get through the forest to start flanking my opponent. Sees he's trolling a bit. 10 units. 3. He has 1 unit I do not see. They're over here. Doom Seekers. Okay. So he has Ungrim, he has Garagrim, he has a Dragon Slayer. Okay. I think we just kill these guys. This little squad here is extremely exposed. If I just take a good fight, we're fine. Dragonback Slayers, like I said, are not a big issue. What we want here is as much melee attack as humanly possible. Oh my gosh, dude. He's summoning over here. You have guys that are about to die. Unless they don't. But I'm a little worried for this squad. They're kind of exposed right now. So he gets a summon off. It's going to be more miners. Fiends will just straight charge into those Dwarf Warriors. Furies are getting in there. And then I can just get the Fiends in. Ah. Oh no, he did have a unit that I didn't see. Okay. It's some shotgun Dowie. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Here we go. Gonna do this. Gonna get that speed amp. Gotta get this guy in here. Oh crap, my motorbike. Okay, so we got a solid route on his guys there. Unfortunately, the Grim Delver catch worked out very well in his favor. But as soon as I rout off these Dwarf Warriors, I should be able to dive in here and just kill everything. Let's get some Demonettes to fight the miners. Okay, so where are the Slayers at? There they are. And that should just delete the Slayers. Yeah, there we go. There's the melee attack boost. There's a net. And the Slayers are no more. Great success, actually. Nice. Holy crap, they died fast. They died mighty fast. So he's really only killed one Fury so far. That's not a big deal. Just having that melee attack really helping us out. We do have to disengage. Otherwise my lord will die, but otherwise we're doing pretty well. Fury charges here on the miners. We'll get them killed extremely quickly. And then it's just a basic pull apart strat. There's the dwarf warriors, a demonette will kill them. We have vast amounts of mobility over our opponent. And I just gotta wait for my cooldowns effectively. What's that? Blasting charges, alright. Blasting charges shouldn't be a big issue. Everything here is insanely fast. I don't know if they'll actually be able to get a volley off properly here. Let's see. The answer is absolutely not. Wondrous. So yeah, we're just gonna head directly over there. The range units in this game have a hard time shooting in this patch. In previous patches. They did get one volley off, but actually not too much damage, thankfully. We've got our demonettes over here, and yeah, he's pretty screwed. He gets another blasting charge unit off. That's not gonna help too much. Speed boost for the disengage. And we're just really just settling in on that insane damage, aren't we? Just absurd amounts of damage. Chain routing units. He's trying to chase me off. He does have 2 capture points, but killing off this many guys is great for me. There's some dwarf warriors we can hunt down too. Apparently he's actually keeping up in value though, so we must be mildly careful. Look at this squad though. They're just slowly waddling. Dwarves are too slow though. He gets a gyrocopter? Bro, that's absurd. To summon a gyrocopter against this many Furies is quite the decision. I don't think they'll be escaping. Can start getting the blues in to deal with this stuff. Demonettes fighting Slayers is perfect, actually. In fact, I think we just want to take this fight. Should just be able to. I have a lot of buffs, right? So this should do it. I might be completely mistaken here and I'll lose all my units. But let's just see. In a big grind, severely melee defense debuffed, right? We do lose a few Furies here and there. Let's see here. We have the melee attack boost. Could have been slightly better, right? Okay, so we don't wanna fight Slayers then. Lesson well learned. I'll leave the demonettes on them though. Should be able to kill off the Grimdelvers. Do I have another speed boost? We do. That'll get us right on top of them Grimdelvers. No problem. He did pull back the value ever so slightly. I am about to retake some points though, so I'm not too worried. Blues are doing well. And yeah, okay, so fighting Slayers is a terrible idea. Don't fight Slayers and we'll be fine. Thankfully, we are significantly faster. And if I just spam blues now, it's pretty over. Unlike Slaanesh, who would certainly have a very hard time dealing with masked Slayers. For myself, as the Demons of Chaos, we can summon in our Tzeentch friends to handle the situation instead. We got many blues at our disposal. There they go. Shun down the Slayer Pirates. Want to Occam's Mind Razor these guys? Probably not. I don't think I need to. Woo. Going for a little bit of a Lord Snippet Snipe though. There is the capture point, however. Can we kill off some Slayers? Some Dragonback Slayers, mayhaps? Where are they at? I can't even see their banner. Oh, it's because they have one unit in the distance. Kind of janky, but we got the attack order. That's all that matters. And if I spam Furies now for Slayers, that will also do well. Huzzah! And he's netted, so he can't kill me. Okay, Slayers over there are dying. Slayers over here are dying. So far, so good. Let's get that Occam's Mind Razor going. There you go. Slayers in the distance. Also dying. Giant Slayers we want to get killed. How's my Lord doing? He's doing okay. Should certainly disengage though. Especially away from them darn Giant Slayers. Yeah, we got some Doom Seekers in here too. It's a bit of a mosh pit. I still think we're doing relatively okay, except for my Lord getting massacred. He's getting bullied. I think he'll escape though. Barely. By the skin of his teeth, he manages to escape. Alright. And now it is but a few Slayers left here and there. There's still Slayers here. I don't know what's going on. Something's bugging out. Regardless, we should still be fine. So there's the big old mosh pit going down. Want to swap out over here so that my Demonettes can get a rear charge. And then it's just cleaning up the rest of the Dowie. Capturing some points and whatnot. My blues just simply are not shooting though. That's a menace. I think it's about time we disengage from here too.
One of your units has been destroyed.
Yep, my motorbike blew up. I see. Well, that's a little annoying, ain't it? Alright, yeah, I just gotta run cleanup instead. Screw this business. Screw all these here Slayers, man. Annoying. There we go, we got a net on him. That'll slow him down. I just gotta defend my double cap. That's all we gotta do. Being too fancy fighting Slayers as a demon army. Many of them are literally demon Slayers. Alright, let's get the blues underway. Should be able to park them like so. It's a good murdering over there. Gets the Brotherhood of Grimnir going, okay. If I pile in with the Fiends though, I think we'll be okay. I can speed over there too. Just speed boost it. And then keep spamming blues to contest this point, because he's going to move on to here. They don't have a lot of capture weight. Yeah, look at those super speed Furies. Love to see it. Nice. He gets the point, but I can probably retake it. It's not a big deal.
Take it back.
We will recapture. And we go over here, and then we steal this one. I will need some Seekers there to take it back, though. Thankfully, this is looking pretty decent. I forgot, there was the Brotherhood of Grimnir. I forgot there was the Brotherhood of Grimnir there. That actually makes things a little sus. Some good volleys. I do still have this point. Okay, we actually probably want to get some of these guys in. Okay, Brotherhood of Grimnir. Can we kill them with Furies around? Surely that does it, right? If they survive that, I don't know what I'm supposed to do anymore. I think they will die, though. Pretty viciously, too, by the looks of it. Oh, thank goodness for melee attack boosts. Jeez. Saved my butt. Which gets us a second capture point. Demonettes can go here, and then as long as we hold the middle, we're okay. Not bad, yo! Herald of Khorne showing that he is truly insane. Loving it. The Herald of Corn is definitely the hard carry. Absolutely, he is the hard carry. And then we can use that to get back onto the point quickly. So now you will not be able to capture this. Even with 3 heroes. He's got 3 Furies over here. More Fury spam.
Repulsive.
And we are holding the point, thank goodness. Okay. Woo. Spicy. Spicy match. I made it unnecessarily close by deciding to fight the Slayers when I didn't need to. But it's okay, we got there in the end. As long as we maintain this capture and hold, we'll be okay. Gyrocopter should die. At the very least, they'll land it.
One of your units has been destroyed.
There you go. Get all the boys here. And there go the rest of the Slayers. There's nothing on the far point that can stop me. Glorious. Can steal this one very soon in the worst case scenario. And then as long as you prevent them from capturing, we're goodies. There we go. Yeah. Get that capture weight. And then we kill the Doomseekers. Huzzah! Doomseeker's going down. He makes them unkillable though. Alright, well, new plan. We go for the gyrocopter instead. Kinda spooky. Honestly, if he took more Slayers, this would have been a harder game. There's another buff. Anticity is indeed running buff spells now. What a crazy time to be alive. There we go. They're dead.
One of your units has
They're
been
dead.
destroyed.
And soon he will be triple capped. We're too fast. We're too fast for him. Let's go. The good old ignore the dwarves forever. Never fails me. There you go. No more miners. No more nothing. No more capture points. Mildly terrifying, but we got it. Ugh, jeez. Speed boost is kind of fun for getting between points. It's most noticeable when your units are tired, because then it moves them at amped up max speed. Other than that, though, it's not super duper essential, but I don't know. I really like it. It feels good. Is it actually good? I have no idea, but it feels great. There he goes, taking the point. If I wasn't able to kill his Doomseekers here, by the way, we would have been so screwed. Because they were a very elite unit. Thankfully for me, 70 melee attack is enough to get through their chunky melee defense. But it could have been so bad. Oh yeah, distraction fiends going off. Going ham. GG. Sick. Alright, we did it. We've defeated the dwarves. Kind of a long fight though, but I'll take it. Lots of value on that one fiend that survived. My hero squad did nothing versus him. 3,000 gold down the drain, but I was able to pretty easily kill off his range units. GG. Honestly, made it my most sus game, aside from the one that we lost at the beginning. Feels not bad. Furies are good. Motorbike did only okay. I don't think I need that much more melee attack. I think the one melee attack boost is enough. The motorbike feels like it's a little bit of a meme. I don't really see a situation where I'm like, where I want to bring it. I like having the Fury selection. The blues are not bad, but like I could also squeeze in a Marquis of Masochism. This could be hype. This could be very hype. I did obviously play a little too aggressively, but it's good for finding the limits of the build. All right. So Lakartofel is playing his match. He needs to finish, and then we will see where we stand. Yeah, actually pretty good ability utility. I really like it more than damage spells, by the way. Like just direct damage abilities. I like it when it feels like these are actually viable. We need more of these. We need more of this stuff, CA. If you're watching, CA, they're not watching. But if you're watching, we need more. So far it looks like our tiebreakers. Our tiebreakers, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. Danican with the 4-0. Ezer with 3 wins. That's who we played against earlier. They only lost to Danican. Terrifying. Bilbo Baggins, very familiar name. Bilbo only lost to Potatoes Devil. Potatoes Devil only lost to Death by Ricochet, who we just defeated. Death by Ricochet did not make it to tiebreakers. Michael got a bye round and won 2 matches. Beat Maverick Sloth. Lost to Adler. Adler did not make it. Adler lost twice. So, interesting. And then I would assume Lakartofel is going to be the last one to make it. How's Warriors of Chaos treating you? I'm not playing Warriors of Chaos. This is Demons of Chaos. Warriors of Chaos are apparently pretty low in the meta, though. Next step, Flaming Sword. If Flaming Sword could give a 40 melee attack buff, I think that would be hype. 40 melee attack for 25 seconds. I'm basically spamming Here We Go. Except, well, yeah, I'm spamming Here We Go. It's a larger radius, less duration. Cooldown is worse, but it doesn't use any magic. In theory, though, that's pretty good. I think I will change my mind about Here We Go. I think Here We Go is actually a decent spell when it comes to cavalry. It seems to make them just way more killy, doesn't it? What would you say Demons of Chaos fall in the meta? I think they're B tier. Maybe like a low B tier for how many counters they have. They can fight other B tier factions, but they have some weaknesses. Some counter factions. And most of those counter factions are quite meta. That's why I give them a B-. Constant duration buffs are not bad. But the spike in power that Here We Go and this gives on pivotal moments when you're trying to kill something very elite seems like its utility is actually better than like Revel in Slaughter. But I do think both are good. Okay, tiebreakers. Tiebreakers. Left is top bracket. What we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Danican stand by at Ezer versus at Michael. At Lakartofel, the potato, versus at Potatoes Devil. We got a potato fight going at Anticity versus at Bilbo Baggins. Yo, yo, we're up. I'm Demons of Chaos. Can we get it done? Bilbo is playing, it appears. Where are they playing? Dreaded rematch. What's his faction? What's his faction? Khorne. It is the dreaded rematch. Ah, hell yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. So he's playing Khorne. Alban. Eastern Isle. So last time he just kind of chilled. Sat back, relaxed. And let his massive swarms of Khorngors kind of mess me up. This time I am much more ready to fight Khorne. I feel like I'm so ready for this. Khorne is a pretty jumpy overall. I just have to make sure that I can hold points and get the killing going as fast as possible. Other than that, we're okay. Sounds like the Rainbow Soul Grinder matchup. Rainbow Soul Grinder. Are you only... Can you bring... You can bring 3 Soul Grinders, not 4, sadly. Same with the Greater Demons. Kind of sad. I've heard you mention stuff about patch 6.4. Is that legit or just something random? Well, you know, it's... I think it's something Sotek mentioned on my Twitch chat. And it's not like an announced thing. He's just like, I hope that they update XYZ for patch 6.4. Very well see it could just not have a patch 6.4. They've done that before. Alright, Khorne rematch though. I just gotta not get death blobbed. Like, I think it's that simple. Don't get death blobbed, and then I'm fine. And then we're fine, man. Khorne ain't that spooky. Quad Beasts of Nurgle strats. Yes. Let's see here. Do this for a little capture weight. This is just better. Nice. A lot of pink, a lot of blue, a little bit of red. He needs a sec to do his map ban and then we're good. I'll be back. win? Can we win versus Korn? He wants to play Haunted Vale. Hell yeah. Alright, let's do this. Fingers crossed. Time for some sweet vengeance. So Chaos Demons. They are 18 games away still from getting a 50% win rate. If I can win 2 games in the semis and finals though, then there will only be 16 games. Manageable. All right, here we go. So, I'm going for the Demon Air Force build. If I can win the air fight against his Furies, I can summon in Changebringers, and then we're pretty smooth sailing. Can't you just exalt the Demon Rush Korn? I don't think Wrathmongers can be beat with that. If he doesn't, obviously if he doesn't go Wrathmongers, it's not the worst, but they really make it so that Korn can win any melee fight that they want. Unless you have some crazy strats. I'd rather go mobility. So we got lots of stuff. Marquis of Masochism if I really need to terror out some fools. But otherwise, we're just trying to take clean first engagement. Just speed boosting our way into any skirmishers he has. If he doesn't, we can at least hold 1 point. And we want to not fight him as long as possible. It turns out the best way to beat Korn is to not fight them. Who would have guessed?
Repulsive and alluring. The maiden of ecstasy. My good.
Okay. So he has Valkia. He has Scylla and Fingrim. They're really good for shutting down Changebringers. I can still bring them in though. The rest of his army's all melee, so he's gonna have to bring in Furies or something. Yeah, Valkia is literally just here to contest Changebringers, okay. But are we gonna see like a Fury Swarm or what?
Keep it from the foe.
I'll be able to get some pretty good work done with Flamethrowers on Korngors, some Marauders, okay. Spawn will be annoying. Marauders of Korn dual weapons, okay. No summons just yet. I think he's waiting to see if I decide to summon in Changebringers. Just gonna get some light charges here.
Good, yes.
And disengage.
Hear the
Speeding out of there. That should help them out. Nice. Okay, yeah, we'll just get our first Changebringer out. Fine by me. Just a slow skirmish. And kite. Just, you know. Making it a little rough for him. So there's the Rampage ability. I think he catches 1 fiend, 2 fiends. Okay. That's okay. They can tussle for a little while. If I bring in this guy now to reduce their melee defense with Tormentor Sword, I mean melee attack, the fiends will probably be okay. They can also do this. So that's a huge net. Oh crap. Kind of whiffed that attack though. But yeah, that in the end he didn't really do too much damage. Thank goodness. Valkia will get caught by some Fury action. And if I keep spamming Furies, it'll be kind of rough for him. We can do some of this action. Damage boost my Furies so that they will really dominate his. So now he has to pull back even more. But Valkia, though, she's just going for it. Oh, crap. Megalores. Okay, we're gonna go for a little bit of a mosh pit. Thankfully, I still have lots of damage amps. Olores can disengage. We got more Furies, and as long as the face changers do well, we'll be okay. Valkia's still in the air. She ain't doing too hot. Fiends are doing amazing. Some blood beasts are here. Okay, bully him. He did lose like all his Furies too, so as long as we keep up the tussle, we're good. I don't think Valkia can really fare too well against this. She's still going for the Changebringers though. We want to disengage from the blood beasts. Okay, now I'm gonna get one blue in here to just start shooting them. Locusts of Change for the speed amp. There we go. Oh, Jesus, another rampage. I see. Oh, did we barely dodge it? No, I think he got the rampage off. But, yeah, it might not actually be to his favor here. Just pretty solid net. Silent Anfingrim dies horribly to this squad here that we got going to. Still have to be really careful about taking these big fights. But if I can kill Syla, that's huge. So far, Syla's taken a lot of damage. Syla has to disengage. Are we gonna get a Syla kill? Maybe. I think you will have to back up. Okay, you know what? Not too bad. All things considered. Got a little bit of work in. We still have our Changebringers alive. And we might even kill Valkia. I don't think he has a Sword of Corn or anything crazy like that right now. You shouldn't have to worry about that. It's a bit of a mosh pit, but I do have my big lord here. Here you go. There's a melee attack boost in the mosh pit. I said I didn't really want to take a mosh pit, but this is not the end of the world situation because Valkia's just getting so bullied. That's a huge flamethrower volley too. Okay, there we go. Changebringers have to juke just a little bit. It seems like we are winning this with all of our buffs and such. A lot of his Furies are taking damage. He will be triple capping me soon though, so time is of the essence. We still have to finish clearing out the rest of his army, right? I also don't have a source of terror. But Changebringers at least surviving is really nice. Valkia again bullied is really nice. There's a speed boost to help out all my forces here in the grind. And yeah, last time he was able to take a melee fight. This time, absolutely not because of this guy. What a Chad, man. What an absolute Chad. Dude, he's so good. Oh, melee attack reduction. Can I get a point blank shot on Valkia? That would certainly put an end to his shenanigans. Only if it works, though. It's high potential for friendly fire. What are those? Just marauders, okay. We gotta capture the point too, right? Look at that, the blues are doing fine. I got some demonettes over here. They're still doing great. There's another massive melee attack boost too. And another massive Occam's Mind Razor. Forgot the name of the spell. I use it so little. There we go. GG. Dude, we just fought Khorne. We just meleeed Khorne to death. Sick. Very nice. Not bad. Not bad. So obviously my Fury's dumpstered his, right? He's got no value because of the buffs. The leadership, the melee attack, the bonus to the speed, and the fact that there's Zinch Furies, which will trade up. The Fiends did amazing. And we killed Syla with the double hero squad. They're so strong, man. It's really impressive. I still really wish I could squeeze Terror into this build somehow. But this hero squad cooks super hard. Very nice. Even the Flamers got pretty decent value. Hell yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, Bloodletter Lord was actually kind of hype. He tussles pretty well. Why do Zinch Furies trade up? Yeah, their shield. So they have more than 10% more HP, if you think about it. They don't have the Frenzy, but I think the shields make up for it, right? Oh yeah, Frenzy would be lost when their leadership drops too. So like, the Frenzy probably doesn't do that much. It's like 10% more damage, right? The melee attack is nice. But Fury fights go by so quickly, I think they just lose it. I'm not sure exactly what it is. But definitely, Zinch Furies are hype. At least last I checked. Maybe Corn Furies do win now. All right. So we got Michu has defeated Ezer. They're facing Danican, and I will be facing the winner of the Potato War. Very exciting indeed. Let's see here. Da, da, da. Michu? Oh, is that Michael? I think it is. 1 second. Yes, it is Michael. Okay. All right, Michael. There we go. Versus Danican, so they're facing off. Very nice. All right, and which potato will win? La Cartofel or Potatoes Devil? We'll see. So I'm just turning on my AC. Summer is having its last wave of heat for me. It's true. Extra damage on my Furies makes the Corn Furies lose their buffs, their Frenzy faster. The only benefit of Corn Furies is that they have Frenzy. So if they're gonna be below half leadership, you're better off with like other Furies. In fact, Corn Furies might even be not that great. Unless Frenzy is just that good, but I feel like the shield is just better. Just having tankier Furies. Shield damage doesn't reduce their leadership, I think. Might be wrong. But if it doesn't, that would also help a lot. I'm up against Corn again. Look, Carterfell's playing Corn. All right. Once again, can the Demons of Chaos defeat Corn? Let's see here. The build felt okay. I like the Occam's Mindrazor. I think Occam's Mindrazor and Locusts of Wrath is really good versus or on Fiends. You can get Fiends scary high damage, man, because they already got 80 weapon strength. Their melee attack is actually quite low, surprisingly, so they really do benefit from that melee attack. Interesting. So on Bleak Spire Labor Camp, I don't think I have to modify my build that much. It felt pretty good. Wow, thank you for the praise. Voatlan. It comes with the multiplayer experience. So many years of playing Warhammer. What are you eating? I'm eating this thing. Like the Asian like egg pastry thing. It's my emergency food until I finish the stream and I can get some actual food. Obviously the build is lacking quad Beasts of Nurgle. What's this? Khorne wins, but very slightly in the Khorne Fury versus Tzeentch Fury matchup. Good to know. Maybe I do run Khorne Furies then, because I do have a lot of leadership buffs on my Furies. And I guess it's more killy. I guess it'll be more killy than Tzeentch Furies. It's either that or I'm running Slaanesh Furies. No, they do have devastating flanker, which is absurd, but sure. Also, not a Nurgle unit in sight, by the by. Also, we got a meme. Got a meme submission. Ah, yeah. Feeling good. There we go. All right. Yeah. Are there very few people who've been playing non-chaos factions in this tournament? We did face dwarves. There's one dwarf. Let me see the spread though. We had dark elves, Warriors of Chaos, Khorne, Warriors of Chaos, another dark elves, Chaos dwarves, Betonia, Demons of Chaos, Warriors of Chaos. A lot of people are playing Warriors of Chaos. Betonia, Chaos dwarves. Wait, Navigator didn't qualify? Dang, Navigator didn't qualify. That's crazy. Who'd he lose to? Lost to Death by Ricochet and Maverick Sloth. Dang. That's pretty crazy. He was playing Wood Elves too. It's a strong faction. We got some Wood Elves here. Danny Kane's playing Dwarves. Danny Kane is like, he's fully converted to playing slower factions all of a sudden. What's gone into him, man? Is he gonna beat me with Dwarves? He might. You feel like corn players don't take enough Wrathmongers? It's because they get kited all the time. Straight traumatized, man. Imagine spending so much money on that unit just for it to die. Maybe he's prepping to have more than just Dark Elves. I feel like Wood Elves fit his playstyle so much better. Like, why isn't Danican playing Wood Elves or like High Elves, right? Because he's a good kite player. Dwarves is a completely different style. Unless he's just trying to learn a completely different style. That's fine. Dwarves is a weird faction, though. If he wins with them, though, he's going to show that they have some teeth. Chaos Dwarves are a Chaos faction, though? Oh, true, true. Alright, so strategy. Capture the high ground, then contest the low ground for all of existence. Nothing too complicated. Same build as last time. Lots of Furies, Changebringers. Changebringers should force his hand. If he has Silo, we know we can dumpster Silo with these guys. This squad is crazy. What round is this? Semifinals. We're in top 4. He has Skull Reapers. Whoa. A Herald of Corn. Why, hello there. He has Revel in Slaughter. He's on the motorbike, though, so only 20 melee defense. That leaves him fairly susceptible to murder. Interesting. So he has a lot of infantry, yes. But is that all? There's the Wrathmongers. Bloodwake Berserkers. Here's the thing, though. Changebringers are coming. And he has no Valkia this time to contest the air. Nor Asila and Fingrim. So it's just going to be a big fight in the center field. It's just gonna be, yeah. It's just gonna have to be a big fight. There's no way he takes the Furies, right? Or I guess not even a big fight. He's just standing his ground. He's just holding his ground against this. I can stall for a little bit longer. Whoop, nope. Yeah, now you got it. All right. And then we back up. Horsemen, I think, is a misplay. If I can actually catch them, that should be quite bad for him, right? He pulls away from the spooky. Changebringers. And I just want to get as many volleys as I can off these guys. That's a pretty good one. Furies over here can absolutely murder those corn gores like nobody's business. Get a bit of a volley off on those horsemen. He's mostly dealing shield damage. Doesn't matter very much to me. So they'll be totally fine. Korngors are indeed deleted. We're already getting our second point. I guess this is why Khorne doesn't go for Wrathmongers. Because if they did, it would, yeah. It's just death, right? Poor Khorne. He's getting obliterated right now. What's he gonna do? He's gotta have some sort of play. Getting ready, right? Motorbike guy can't do much. He has one capture point, and I don't have to engage. We can just sit back and relax and just melt his face off forever. I can even get a Marquis of Masochism soon if I want to. I don't think I really need it, but it probably ain't the worst. He's gonna net me. I don't really care about a net. I have Changebringers versus your Horsemen. Oh, we get Catch's Lord too. That's pretty rough. If his Lord dies now, that's very bad. You certainly don't want him dying. I think he cast his sword ability on me. But yeah, he's just getting mulched. Half HP already. I guess I didn't really have to cast my abilities, but this is still a very advantageous position. Skull Reaper's kind of cooked though. Karanak's in. Okay. Let's be a little careful, right? So we're gonna finish roasty toastying as many of these guys as we can. Focus the Wrathmongers, right? And we'll go from there. Marquis of Masochism will be hype. Certainly, they should be able to cook. Because they are a ginormous single entity. So I believe they'll just wreck shop here. He doesn't really have a lot of units that can contest it, and it's more or less just free cycle charges for days. You know, Flesh Hounds are pretty bad here against this many Furies. I think they just die. And the Marquis is in. You're absolutely in and ready for a fight. Unfortunately, they are silenced. Not much we can do about that. I forgot about the silence. Gotta make sure we don't take a stupid play. We're killing his Flesh Hounds very nicely. There's some skirmish cavalry over there. Okay, yeah, Flesh Hounds are dead. They actually held up a lot better than I thought they would. But they still die. I wanna net them so bad. Okay, we're gonna try it. There we go. Yeah, there we go. And he's super dead. There's too many nets. Dude, Marquis of Masochism snipe? Height? Maybe not. Dang, I thought that was gonna be clutch. I thought they were gonna clutch it out. Unfortunately not. He lived with 20 melee defense too. Alright, well, whatever. We still completely outmaneuver him. If I just get the Changebringers back, he's pretty done for. And that should not be a very difficult task. Plus, catching these Maraud Horsemen should be a very simple task too. Changebringers are almost here. This is why people run Valkia. Should be a pretty easy catch on them. No horseman is ever safe against this build. And just like that. Oh, dang, Korngors. Never mind, they're slightly safe. Can I just push past? The answer is actually, no. Alright. I'll just kill the Korngors instead. Then we bring in these bad boys. Holy Korngor annihilation. Marquis of Masochism also terror routed them too. Dang, dude, this ability's sick. I love Locust of Wrath. I think I found another buff that I like. I should play Greenskins and use Here We Go. This is so hype. It's actually an amazing ability. Holy crap. I gotta use it way more often. Like a lot more often. Changebringers round 2, yeah. So we're just chilling, we're trading. He's gonna capture the point, but that's okay. I've been on a double cap for so long.
The enemy has captured one of your victory points.
Changebringers are just wrecking his poor guys. Flesh Hounds round 2, okay. This time he might buff them. I will counter buff. The slight melee attack boost over there will do something, I guess.
One of your units
Oh
has
my gosh,
been
these Changebringers
destroyed.
are having the time of their lives, man. 3k value. 3k value Changebringers is absurd. You can't do this as Slaanesh, let me tell you. Flesh Hounds are insta-gibbed. And then we just gotta kill some spawn now, right? That's pretty chill. I can do that. Get that, yeah. Weapon strength boost. I wish it didn't take so long to cast, but whatever. Look at that. Massive damage. And he taps out.
Unending glory is
It was
yours.
too much pain for the forces of Khorne. I think this build is good. We have shown that it does work versus Wrathmongers. I'll probably save this one. GG. That means potentially grand finals versus dwarves. There's Chaos Demons versus Khorne. Chaos Demons win. Getting that win rate up. Changebringers had 3,800 value. That's like Thunderbarge value. Absurd. And yeah, there's just nothing you can really do, right? You spam Furies, you lose the air game anyways. The only thing you can do is like you can get Valkia and then maybe you can force like a blob fight somewhere with like Syla. Like I think the last Khorne build we faced had more opportunities to win. But even so, this feels more and more sus the more I play it. Because Khorne is a very infantry-centric faction. Nice. Demons of Chaos versus Khorne. Sad part about Demons of Chaos is like, I probably wouldn't play them in the grand finals. This is not training me very well, outside of getting better at micro. Although, I guess this mobility style is like, you can kind of replicate it. Can you replicate it with Khorne? No, they don't have fiends. Yeah, so I did unsummon the Changebringers. So I made 750 gold back, which means they only cost me 2,250. Which means they paid for themselves almost twice over. Maybe not fully, maybe not that close, but they were on their way to paying for themselves twice over. And then I could unsummon them again. That means it would have cost only 1,500. Is this the only viable build? I think there's a lot of other viable builds. This one feels like it's much stronger against Kite though, which most people are bringing against Demons of Chaos. But there's definitely more Nurgle heavy builds that do well. We did beat Ogres with Plague Bearers earlier. I love the bro, why does this build keep working? It's a good build. You basically say, you cannot run away from me, and I will win a fight. Combined, they're dead. They're just dead. Locus of Swiftness into Locus of Wrath is a goated combo, man. This is making me want to play, but I gotta go beat Silksong. I gotta go beat Silksong. But I gotta do some editing. I think next Silksong stream would be like after the Thursday main stream. Okay, so let's see, what was this? Ah, yes. Hellforged Bellows. Hellforged Bellows is pretty hype. I could use it instead of Changebringers, but Changebringers are just better. I'm pretty sure Changebringers are just better Bellows. Except against, like, mass ranged. Quad Locus for Captain Planet. Yeah, we gotta go Locus of Virulence. Okay, wait. The Locus of Virulence increases AP. Last 21 seconds. Is Locus of Virulence secretly OP? 90-second cooldown. 90 seconds, 55-meter range, 55-meter range. It's actually quite comparable. It's not as good as Locus of Wrath. Don't get me wrong. Locus of Wrath is still amazing, but Locus of Virulence is actually relatively close. So you do, right? You cut the Allures and you just go Locus of Virulence, Locus of Wrath, and you just walk into a melee fight and just watch as your fiends kill everything. Is there anything else that has low melee attack but insane damage? The Toads! The Toads! But it is pretty jokes amping the melee attack by so much. What's the Tzeentch one? It buffs your magic, doesn't it? Oh no, it's more missile damage. Very useless. This guy has the Locus of Conjuration, which is magic recharge. But yeah, nothing compares. Nothing compares to the Herald, man. Herald's so hype. Daniken and Michael still facing off. Dwarves, man. What can I say? Amp the Toads. Let's see here. I find the amp on single entities is really funny because they just dumpster in any fight that they take. Fight with the Toads. The Toads are not the worst, but they're only good if you have a cavalry advantage. I guess you can kind of take them as your infantry. What if I take my Toads as like, they're basically my Forsaken? Do the Toads win all infantry fights? Like, will they win against braced spears? Give me a second. In my head, Toads are garbage against spears. If these Toads win against braced spears, okay, then mayhaps we Toad swarm. 2 more weeks until we get a trailer. Did CA announce that or what? Or is this just speculation? Yo, I could really use a DLC. That'd be great for the channel. Toads by themselves are pretty bad. Why don't we just get a unit that's pretty good by themselves? Okay, so technically, they are actually trading into Eternal Guard Spears. Will they continuously trade? Toads are cool, especially on Wednesday. Yeah, no, they just slowly die. And I'm spending more money on them. Garbage. I need something that can clear light infantry effectively for a cheap price. Otherwise, I can't really think of a build where it works. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to beat dwarves, by the way. We did beat dwarves earlier, but like, I don't think that was the best build. I think if I want to fight dwarves, it's probably just like spamming exalted bloodletters and demonettes. That's probably enough to fight dwarves. I don't think I need the hero squad or the speed. Kind of boring, but like, you don't need the melee attack. It's just straight up, just it's like, you know, let's do this. Boom. There's your anti-dwarf build. Take this lady on like a chariot or something. I don't know. What she have? Locus of Grace. 22% physical resistance, kind of jokes. And she has Soul Siphon. And you can smoke and mirrors your way in. You can pay the shades. Toads do cause a lot of chaos. They break formations pretty well. So like maybe if you combine them with infantry, it does something. But generally speaking, I don't think they're the way. Don't dwarves mess up this build? Depends on what they're bringing, right? If they go in like mass flyer or something, that could be a little sus. Yeah, I've seen toads actually do well against monstrous, or against cavalry. In a handful of situations. Yo, yo. I'm Demons of Chaos. You're dwarves. We're up against Daniken. Alban Glinty. The Daniken. Daniken rematch. Interesting. So let's figure it out. Dwarves can suffer really hard to just a full push with like 1,000,000 units. You can play a stall strat, or you just sit around and do nothing for a while, and then you just rush in with 1,000,000 units. I am tempted to try such a play because generally speaking, they don't have a lot of ways to push and capture points to force you to fight early. And the later you fight, the better. They can spam a whack load of range units. It does not matter that much. What do I do with 600 gold? You know, toads are actually not the worst for dwarves. Now, funnily enough, toads here could do something. Gotta make sure he doesn't thunder barge me, though. Let's see here. Is this really the build? Is it as simple as this? What if he goes for some thunder barge action? What if he thunder barges me? Do I care? He may have cannons. So there's like the cannon slow push style for dwarves. Just have a bunch of cannons, push forwards, and you're chilling. But I think we'll be fine. Demonettes have 40 melee attack. Bloodletters have effective 33 melee attack. I mean 43. It's not a huge difference. Demonettes are faster and have devastating flanker. The Thunder Barge. Thunder Barge is generally not too viable. Generally speaking. There's some shenanigans you can do. Absolutely, there's some crazy shenanigans you can do, but generally speaking, it's not viable. Oh, I can just do this. Easy peasy. He wants to play in a Ragnarok lair, okay. Very close quarters map. I like it. That does give him a lot of space for his cannons to take over terrain, maybe. Let's see here. Okay, so that's good. I have everything I need there. Yeah, you gotta be a little wary about just like him spamming out whack load of infantry or what have you. Like, the biggest thing with dwarves is you just have to not get surprised by them. It can easily catch you off guard with the crazy build, and then you lose. Then you feel bad, because you know you could have won. Let's see here. How does the money spending go like this? It's pretty bad. I guess they also have slayers. So slayers are also very annoying. You need something that can deal with them. I think if you're playing versus dwarves, you always gotta have at least a couple blues chilling around. Demonettes do really bad versus slayers. They're mostly for all the other types of dwarves. So who knows? Maybe he will just go like a stupendous number of slayers and then we run into issues. Let's see, Lord-wise, what do I want? Magic. There's not a lot of magic that is exceptional versus dwarves. Sure, why not? Let's do this. Let's do this. That feels pretty good. I wish money spending for Demons of Chaos was a little easier. Oh, how I wish it was easier to juggle unit expenditures ever so slightly more effectively. The answer is always Exalted Plague Bearers. They're not bad against factions like ogres and such. Just not versus Shadari. There we go. All right. Expenditures are set. Huzzah. So you gotta make sure that they don't gyrocopter spam you. That part, at least, is fairly straightforward. You just need to have a critical number of Furies and you're pretty well off. And then you just gotta be able to get in there. This map is a little harder to do a full stall strategy. So, C, he has some pretty nifty Vanguard points. This feels alright though, it feels alright. What are the best type of Furies? I think Slaanesh Furies are the best. Because they bring armor piercing to the table, which none of the other Furies can do. Khorne and Tzeentch Furies are both pretty good at fighting, and the Nurgle one's just bad. But Khorne and Tzeentch, you know, Tzeentch has a little bit more HP. Khorne has a little bit more damage. But Slaanesh Furies are crazy. Because they can kill elite cavalry. Let ChatGPT do your army comp. I think it suggested an Exalted Great Unclean one once. It's a bad sign. Please tell me he spams choppers and you just got loads of Furies. Non-zero chance. I think Demons of Chaos, it's like way too risky. There's a million answers to deal with choppers. Very interested to see what we face here. Many guns could be abound. I think like a gun build is totally beatable. It's just I'm not super practiced at fighting them. So if he plays it out really well, it could go bad. That's the only thing really. Let's see, Chaos Demons. So that is 17 matches until they are at a 50% win rate. I got them to a 46% win rate, by the way, guys. We jumped 1%. That's pretty good. That means it will only take a couple more matches before we beat Grand Cathay and Skaven. Then after that, it's Warriors of Chaos, Lizardmen, Nurgle, Greenskins. By the end of this, I'm going to be a Demons of Chaos main. Alright, so call me vanilla, but I just want to infantry spam dwarves. He has 8 units. Kind of sus. We're mostly going to be using Tzeentch's Firestorm. If he's air gaming me, I should be okay. I do have 4 Furies. He went Mass Slayer. Okay, so he should just be dead. He has Garagrim and he has Grombrindle. Okay. Okay, alright. This fills me with great confidence. Slayer Maxon. We got a Slayer Maxing Dowie, so blues are obviously amazing here. So they're all normal Slayers. If I had brought the mobility build, this would have been a different circumstance. But going hard on the melee will definitely pose some issues for him. I can get a Tzeentch's Firestorm right off the bat on the Dragonback Slayers. Just get him out of there. It's 8 units, 3, 4. He has 1 stealth unit. Okay. There we go. 3-point number 1 is secured. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, that's all 8 units. Okay. 38 speed. Okay, yeah, they're not faster. That already got me like 1,000,000 gold worth of value. Jeez. Well, that's a value pump and a half. If I do say so myself. And the blues have arrived. So the more I sit around and fly above them, the more Tzeentch's Firestorms we can plonk down to kill off Infinity Slayers. He does bring in a Gyro Bomber. This is why we have Furies. He's gonna bring another one? No, just some guns. Slayer Pirates. I see. Fine by me. I'm gonna need the net though to catch the Gyro Bomber, but I think we'll be okay. Just keep getting some shots in. Is it gonna land with them or what? Is he gonna land with them? Get in there. He wants the bombing run. All right, nice. So we forced him to land. That's exactly what we're looking for. And we just want to pull back like so. Want to get our forces into position here. Exalted Bloodletters are great versus these guys. The Furies can back up. Get a few more. And if we just kind of sit here and fight, I think we're okay. Tzeentch's Firestorm is a menace too. But I think he can dodge it right now. So we'll play it safe. In the meantime, we can just devastatingly flank these guys. Just let the blues cook. Ouch. Okay, that was a little bit more painful. Thankfully, we have the net. We have a Tzeentch's Firestorm. What are you gonna do about that? He's gonna dodge it. I guess that makes a lot of sense. We kill the gyro bomber though? I think we do. Okay, we got a little missile ability. If we can just kill the bomber, I'm happy. It's all I'm realistically looking for. Interesting that he has no other summons just yet. Weird. Gyro bombers are actually still alive. How my demons doing? Okay, there we go. There goes one. We can get the demonette flank going. Slayer pirates are having a bit of a rough time too. Okay, yeah, nice. So that's just down. Demonettes are doing great. We can bombard over here. Nice. And then rear charge these guys for the win. That should be a pretty decent bombardment too. It's gonna hit them a little bit. It's not the best bombardment in the world, but it's gonna hit them just a little, just a smidge. Overall value trading though is kind of close. So he does have another unit of Doomseekers. And the Doomseekers themselves are probably the scariest thing, right? So I'm just gonna desummon my blues. Say screw this business. Exalted Demonettes are actually kind of getting cooked too. But I can start capturing flank points with my mobility. Okay, what do we want here? Can we get a Tzeentch's Firestorm maybe? It's gonna push forwards through them. All right, it's actually fairly strong play. And okay, yeah, we're gonna have to disengage. All right, I'm gonna have to take advantage of him being spread out. So he does have long drongs over there. He has some Slayer pirates. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that fight. A little sus. More Seekers is nice though. I do have another net in case he resummons the Gyro Bomber too. And I can probably just get by with the ticket victory. Fighting dwarves though, such a menace. Thankfully these guys capture the point very quickly. There we go. Nice. We can just rotate around and cause some issues that way. By resummoning the blues, they should be able to get a lot of work done. Blues are hype. Exalted Demonettes will get in there. We'll get the Furies. Slayer Pirate should go down. He's not even capturing the point just yet. So we can stall him forever effectively. Just gotta get in here before these guys regroup. That should be relatively easy. I can actually kill off the long drongs too. A little bit of this action. And there we go. Very nice. That should just kill them, I think. And yeah, now he can't capture this point. All right, you know what? The trading was actually pretty good because it makes this phase of the battle way easier. Because now we can just play keep away from him forever. And the curse of the dwarves shall continue. The fact that they simply can never, ever actually get into a position that they want to be in. More blues! More blues! Yeah, we've successfully defended the point. And now he is stuck. He is very stuck. He's just... He has the slowest army imaginable. He's getting out-captured by one Exalted Demonette. His Doomseekers, his very expensive Doomseekers, are taking lots of damage. And I have a million Seekers here, just ready to rear charge something. This will be a tough situation for anyone, I think. I just have to not take a dumb fight. I can get some more Exalteds, but I don't think I actually need Bloodletters right now. I think I just want to keep killing them with blues. It's kind of crazy that I only need 2 blues, by the way. Really thought we'd need more. But these guys kind of cook with the D-summons. Bloodletters versus Slayers. Could get Fiends. I think Bloodletters is apt, though. Get another one of these. I'm just chucking out magic, man. I don't really have a use for it. Guess I could have saved it for a range unit, but this one makes them move forwards. They'll make them move forwards, which is kind of bad for them. Because now they're stuck fighting my blues. Some more Giant Slayers. Infinite Giant Slayers is the strategy today. Alright. Alright, we'll just keep playing keep away. He has to stay in a blob, otherwise he'll get surrounded and focus fired. Furies will make sure of that. No gyro bombers coming in today. Very nice. And then I can just capture this point. He can't even catch me even though the demonettes are slowed. Kind of sad. Okay, nice. And we just capture this. Huzzah! Oh, crap. My Seekers. Seekers got kind of bullied. It's okay, though. I just need some demonettes to hold capture weight, and I think we're okay. Because now look at that. He's starting to split up, right? He is beginning to split up. Slayers, just normal Slayers. They shouldn't do too well here. Do have to be a little careful about this Giant Slayer group. He's pulling back, though. That's good. And we got our Exalteds in there. Yeah, that's pretty massive damage. Holy crap. And the Demonettes kill off the Slayer Pirates. So we're not losing that point. And then we're not being greedy here. It's the moral of the story. Don't be greedy. As long as I'm not greedy, he won't really be able to trade well into us. And then we're good. Get some more spooky Slayers on that far end, though. We're gonna need to continuously up trade by bringing in more blues. Dang, the Exalted Bloodletters actually kind of suck. Very disappointed by them. Do the Giant Slayers win here? I guess that's the other question. Do we win on a single cap? I think we do. I think we do. Okay, that's good then. Because I kind of threw one of my Exalteds. Demonettes are winning versus Giant Slayers at least. Exalted Demonettes are doing well here. We'll just play keep away from the Doom Seekers then. And then maybe just steal this point infinitely with Exalted Demonettes. As long as we keep away from the Doom Seekers, this point ain't going to him. Did lose a Fury to the Giant Slayers, however. Which is mildly terrifying. We may lose this point. I do win on a single, though. So we can actually draw away his Doom Seekers. Then we loop around. Get an Exalted Demonette to capture this point. And then I think we're good, because it'll take him like a minute to get over here. Got 2 units of cavalry. That's surely good enough. Doom Seekers actually don't have 7 capture weight. Only 5. You need Giant Slayers for capture weight. So we can kind of just shuffle around and steal points. Very nice. Game ended up being a little close, but we were definitely in control the whole time. So I don't think it was ever too sketchy. Outside of maybe a handful of engagements. But there you go, Demonettes. Hunkering down. Those are the Long Drongs. Slayer Pirates. Not a big issue. Just dwarf things, man. Just dwarf things, ain't it? A little bit of a sketchy charge for my Exalted Demonettes. But, yeah, he's not capturing this point anytime soon. We got a blues. Cook 'em up, blues. Yeah. They're doing great. Capture point over here is looking pretty solid. Big ol' surround. He has no abilities to stop this, I think. Blues are having the time of their lives. Gotta shoot up the Doom Seekers, though. And then I want to steal this point with some Exalteds. And then we're good! Huzzah! Hurrah! Very low octane final battle.
The enemy has captured one of your
Very,
victory
very
points.
low
Take
octane.
it back.
There you go. Get those 7 capture weight infantry in there. Why don't we? Aw, yeah. Doomseekers are dead. Dude, these blues probably have so much value. Yeah. The blues are eating well today, man. They're eating so well.
One of your units
There's a
has been
Slayer
destroyed.
moving over here. Okay. But yeah, he taps out.
Unending
Well, there you go.
glory is yours.
Dwarves! They were not enough. And we get a win! Demons of Chaos! Are they good? Or are they garbage? So versus dwarves. Chaos demons versus dwarves. Dang. GG. As long as you don't like face check the dwarves, you're fine. The unbreakable means that you'll tend to crumble. But like just avoid them. Just avoid them, get your easy pickings, and then you'll mostly be okay. Funny build though. It was definitely a funny build. Gyro bomber summon. Just in case I didn't have furies. Like you gotta. That was the fury check. Too well played. My demonettes didn't have too many targets either. But even the Exalted Bloodletters did like surprisingly bad. This one got nuclear dropped by the Gyro Bomber. I thought you thought I was cooked? Yeah, the blues though. 2 blues. Maybe I'll take 3 against dwarves next time. I think that would be would make it slightly less risky. The reason blues are better than pinks, by the way, even though pinks have ammunition. If I brought pinks, he would rush them down and force a fight. Blues will get their value with the first couple volleys, so that ended up working out well for us. Only AP Furies was a little risky too. Could have used some Corrin Furies, but in theory, a Slayer only build doesn't work. Oh boy, Zerivik got actually pretty decent value. Zerivik's kind of crazy. If you just chuck out Tzeentch's Firestorm on an expensive unit of infantry, he will get his value back. And very quickly too. Are Demonettes better than Bloodletters against Slayers? No, they're worse. If you look at their stat line, they have a better stat line, but these guys have bonus versus infantry 13. And the biggest thing when it comes to killing Slayers is DPS. Building armies that suck IRL, but winning every auto-resolve is also a skill. Indeed. Indeed. Auto-resolve army is kind of crazy. Although, it's more of a knowledge thing, right? Like, the best auto-resolve army for Empire is just mass grenade launchers. You don't even need to, like, mix and match. But to do it on the fly, yeah. You know, maybe someone just really figured out the internal workings of auto-resolve. Was impressed how poorly the Exalted Bloodletters did. Same. Yeah, they just kind of died. There's not much I would have done better unless I spammed Plague Bearers. But, you know, this Slayer build was basically one of the sketchiest things we could have faced, and we still did well. So I don't think we have to worry much. Actually, I think it would be worse if you took a normal build with a few Doomseekers to clear off these guys. Because I think the dwarves can win a frontline fight against Demons of Chaos. I guess you can pick and choose your fights though, because you're generally faster. So you can play keep away from them. You have so many demons. And then of course any range units we can bully with Furies, so. Yeah, not bad. GG. Well played. That's the end of the tournament. Tomorrow, we are doing a 3x3 Matrix tournament. I haven't hosted it yet, but that is what the plan is. Mobility build gets crushed by the Slayer build, yeah. A mass mobility build, unless I play it really well, but on such a close quarters map, the mobility build, they need to like 6v1 Slayers to get cost efficient trades. So it would be a little sus. Although if I have a couple blues, we'll still be mostly fine, but you really got to get some good Fury surrounds. Although the plus melee attack is not the worst. Be nice. Why Bloodletters are not Plague Bearers? If he went for a ranged build, I want to kill his front line fast enough. And Slayers are just so weak that I don't need to worry about countering them with Plague Bearers. You can take a much softer counter or even a non-counter and still be fine. But yeah, hope you guys had a great time. Tune in next time for more Demons of Chaos tomorrow. Although it will be a 3x3 matrix, so I won't always be playing Demons of Chaos. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, thank you for everyone who supported us today. And in general, peace.